Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and welcome to a special evening live chat next to our beautiful bonfire. Go ahead and check it out. Oh, ho, 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 ho. But I hope you guys are having a lovely day or evening, depending on the time zone that you are in. And before we get started, if you would like to learn a little bit more about me, go ahead and check out that information box down below. You can check out my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. You can check out my witchy shop, Desert Cauldron, over on Etsy. You can check out my Patreon page, my YouTube member page. There's lots of goodies down below, and you get to learn a little bit more about me. And I've had quite a few people signing up for the newsletter, which I am so appreciative of. And if you don't know what that is, I put out a newsletter on the 1st of every month, and it has everything from like books I've been reading, crystals I'm utilizing, tea blends that I've created. I have all kinds of like recipes. Sometimes I have like some spell work or some DIY crafts that you guys can do with the family. But that's all I put out once a month. So I don't play the spam game. You know, don't get anything except a witchy little newsletter from me. So that link is also down below if you wanted to sign up for the newsletter. But definitely let me know, how are you guys doing? How was the week? How was your day? I had myself a nice kind of chill day. I had, quite a few readings and things to do today, and but it was nice and chill. And I'm so glad that I get to just be outside. It's a lovely evening. Too bad you guys can't see all the stars because the sky is just like a colander of stars right now. It's beautiful, and this bonfire, if you guys can smell it, is like pine, and I love the smell of pine. And it's like so wonderful. Oh, hey, Lily is here. Hello. And Lili is here. She says, hey, Tara, good evening. Good evening to you, my friend. So yeah, I think that as we get closer to autumn, the autumn equinox, Mabon, and then eventually going into Samhain and even into Yule time, it would be really nice to just kind of come out and have a bonfire once in a while. I like being by the fire, especially when it's really cold outside, because then I can get all like bundled up and cozy. But it's okay. It's okay right now. And you guys want to know what's crazy is, I have some good news for you guys. So what's today? Sunday? Yesterday. I feel like this was days ago, but it was literally yesterday. I went to go take my ham radio test, my exam to get my ham radio license, and I passed. Yay! Super excited about that.
That means that she can talk on radios like this.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was studying my butt off to pass that exam, and I was excited that when I was, because I always felt like, oh man, I've never been really good at test taking like in school, but this time around I think I have eliminated that shadow, because I, like, when I saw the questions, I was like, hell yeah, I know the answer. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I missed only 4 out of like 35 questions. So I'm really proud of myself.
50 questions.
No, it was 35. It's 50 if I wanted to take my general exam. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. And I got all sidetracked because like I'm really excited about yesterday. So yeah, there was all that kind of going on. So that was like my week was kind of like all this like nervousness, like getting up to like taking my test, and yeah, I passed. So yay! And so hey, maybe at some point, if any of you guys are, ham radio folk, and you would like to like chit chat or communicate that way, maybe someday I will put my call sign out there. But I don't have my call sign yet. I literally just took my exam and found out I passed, so I have to wait for all of that stuff. But let's see. See, Riley was putting up the link for our friend Lili because she has volunteered to be our guest interviewer for the live chat not the live chat, for the channeling that we're going to be doing a little bit later. And then Lili says, I love bonfires. Did you bring your flute? I did not. I wasn't sure if we would have like enough. There's so much I want to do out here, but I also don't want to keep people till like 1 in the mornings. And plus, I don't want to bother our neighbors. I know they got, work in the morning on Monday, but next time I will definitely be busting that out next time. Costalini said, big congrats. Thank you. Lily said, yay. And Lily said, congratulations. Whoop, whoop. And she says, didn't know you needed one. I used to talk on them a lot when I was younger. 10-4. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So cool. And Riley said, just let me know if you want more wood. Yes, I will definitely let him know. In case our little fire starts to die down. Shadowlands Radio is here and says, hey. But oh yeah, so I was going to say that, gosh, this month and last month have been just like a whirlwind of emotions and energy. And I don't know, it felt like something shifted, and it was kind of after the passing of my godson, my nephew. And I felt like everything just kind of like amplified, like my intuition amplified, my sensitivity to like everything amplified. And so it's been, another journey of like, how do I reground now? Because, I think that we evolve in like how we meditate, how we ground. Like it doesn't stay stagnant because we don't stay stagnant. So I feel like almost like starting all over again. My whole intuitive journey, it's like that big of a chapter jump. And so I say all that because after the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk, and I, it's not that I was like a huge like fan, like watching all the time, but I would watch some clips here and there, and there were things I agreed with, things I disagreed with, and I think that's how things are with human beings. There are things that we agree with and things that we don't agree with. But something that I truly loved was that he kind of like opened up this platform of like, we can be passionate about our beliefs, but it's okay to have a discussion and have disagreements and also find common ground and things. And so when I heard that he had passed away in the manner that he did, I had just kind of felt it really deeply. And my first thought was this feeling like I wanted to channel him. But then I thought, my ego jumped in and was like, well, maybe you shouldn't, maybe, I wasn't sure really. So I didn't say anything. And then the next day, my friend Joey Scott, he also has a YouTube channel called Joey Scott Media. And he emailed me and he was like, hey, he says he had taken the passing of this person pretty hard. So he was like, I wondered if you would like to do channeling, but maybe not a private channeling. Like, let's maybe put this on both of our channels, and maybe the message that comes forward would be something that could help other people. And I'm all about whatever I need to do to help others. Like, let's do it. Because, if I have an ability to do something like channel, it's, I don't mind being the vessel for that, to put that, goodness out there, that lightness or something that could help somebody on their journey. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And so I did it. And it felt like, I always get different aspects, when I tap into people's, higher self or their energy or their soul. And so this felt like the very, very human, very ego portion of Charlie Kirk's energy, one aspect of his infinite number of aspects like that we all have. And so I put it out there, and my goodness, that has gotten so much feedback. I'm not used to videos taking off like that. And just all of the comments, and I've been trying my best to stay on top of all of the comments. You know, there's positive comments, negative comments, but I find that, you know, I have never deleted a comment on my channel, because I do believe that everybody should be able to voice their opinion no matter what that opinion is. And, you know, and if I can respond to that comment, I will. I'm never trying to force like a belief onto anyone or say, hey, believe in like what I do or anything. It's just like, hey, I'm got this information out there. You can do with it if you want, you know, whatever, you know, if you resonate with it, cool. If you don't, cool. So I appreciate all of the feedback that I have gotten. And I'm just glad that hopefully that video is helping others. So I am going to be doing another channeling today, and I put that out on the Thursday poll. So if you're new to the channel, I put a poll out roughly every Thursday, unless I say otherwise. There's a public poll, and there's a poll on my Patreon page, and there's a poll for my YouTube members. And basically, you know, if you are a YouTube member or a patron, you know, kind of get extra votes, basically. So if there's something you're really aching to see during a Sunday live chat, you know, it might sway. And actually, in this case, it did come down to like, I really needed to count up all the votes from Patreon and YouTube members because it was so close in the public poll between two channelings. So if we have time, I would like to do both of those channelings, the ones that were almost tied. I think it was off by like 1 or 2 votes. But our first channeling, which Lili is going to be helping us with, which thank you, by the way, she's going to help us with channeling DMT. And I'll explain what that is if you don't know what that is in just a moment. And then if we have time, we could do a second channeling of the UFO, basically, that was spotted by our military off the coast of Yemen. And we had sent a Hellfire missile to destroy that object because basically, I guess they were trying to communicate with it. It wasn't saying anything. So they were like, so they just shot at it. I mean, I don't know if that's what I would have done, but whatevs. And basically the missile bounced off of it, and it's on video from basically, you know, aircraft, and it's like, it just like bounced off, and the thing, like the missile kind of like just shattered a bit, like pieces of it went out. And that was fascinating. I want to know a little bit more about it. So I thought, hey, we could channel that, and you guys voted that you were also interested in that. So, okay. So if we have time, we'll definitely do that. And I will also definitely want to do our super chat, super stickers, and our channel guided meditation. So we're in for a cozy evening. So if you guys have, I don't know, a nice beverage that you would like to sip on at the moment, so maybe like a nice mug of tea like I have here, or maybe you have some coffee, or maybe you have some vino, I don't know, maybe just some water. Go ahead and get it out. Grab yourself a nice blankie. Maybe you want to cozy on into bed, or if you're in a different time zone, it's daytime, well then, you know, have fun being outside, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I would like to pull a card for the upcoming week. I don't know if I'm going to go into like a full on reading for this week, but I definitely want to pull a card, something for us to focus on for this upcoming week. And then let's dive into these channelings. I'm excited. Whoa, that tea is still hot. I like brewed that up an hour ago. This mug keeps things like blistering hot. Owie, my tongue. Let's see. Oh, Lili says, my name is Lady L, back in the 80s. Oh, hey. I'm gonna say Lady L now. What's up, lady? Lady L. Very nice. Okay. So, if you would like to pull a card along with us, please let me know what deck you are utilizing. If you're not utilizing any decks or any such devices to connect to your intuition, then let me know. If you're doing some good old-fashioned channeling and downloading those messages, definitely let me know. All right. But I do want to say thank you to my YouTube members. So that would be like Kayla and Nancy and Jonathan Cleese and Jolene and Duality Tales and Sea Captain 8611 and Costalini. You know who they are because they have a cute little colored kitty head right next to their name. So thank you so much for all of my friends there, and also my friends over on Patreon. So Lili and Dana and Jamie and Kayla and Sugna Baby and Brandy and Brian and Paulu, and also Crystal and Easy Does It, Joel 11 and 11, Casey Gritter, Oz, and Ashley. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let me grab a deck here and let's just pull a card. Something for us to focus on at this moment. Like I said, I've been feeling just all the feels, and by the way, even how actually how I channel and how I read it has kind of evolved in my journey, so this is nothing new. It kind of changes little by little all the time, except for like now that I feel like I've entered a new like portal or chapter or whatever is going on in my spiritual journey. I'm channeling more differently. So it's, how do I want to put it? Like, for me personally, I know everybody channels differently, and basically I feel that everybody channels on a daily basis. We just may not call it that. But when I'm tapping in, or at least how I used to tap in, I would feel the energy before me. I would see the energy. And then I'd try to quiet my ego and just like, hush, 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 like you go to sleep now. I would feel the energy enter. It would feel very clear that there's a clear distinction between the energy that is not me, but also understanding that we are one. So it is me, but it's not my frequency, if that makes sense. And then there's the very ego me that is Tara. Like I can feel that that's me, and at any moment I can bring myself back, but now it feels like when the energy is there, it feels like it comes in so fast and so easily, that I have to do, I do all of these checks, like to make sure that what I'm talking to is the real deal, the real McCoy, and it's not like trickster energy. And so I get caught off guard because it seems like it's a little too easy. And so then I'm like, keep running these checks. I'm like, okay, well, all right, well, it feels like this is the real thing, and when it comes in, it feels like it becomes a part of me instead of two separate things. It feels like unity, for that moment in time when I'm allowing it to utilize my physical vessel. But I still have control over like keeping it just to my throat chakra, or if I really feel comfortable, like let's say I'm channeling my grandmother, like, if my grandma wants to like move around a little bit and use my arms, like go ahead, because it's my grandma. I love her. But I still feel like I'm very much in control of that, but it just feels so like one, so which is different for me. And then when it leaves, the energy, and I'm like, okay, you're all done skis. It doesn't feel as jarring, where it's like, ugh, okay, something is left. So it's definitely been different. But I have pulled a card for us. All right, Lily has the Rider-Waite. Excellent. Lilith said, good morning, guys. I can't believe I made it. It's like the crack of dawn on this side of the globe, but I didn't want to miss this. Well, hey, Lilith. Hopefully you can still see me. Ooh. Well, I guess you guys can still see me. It's just the fire right now. Star 44. Oh, hey, that's our buddy Patrick. What is up, my friend? Long time no see. All right. So the card I have pulled, let me just look at it here. We have hold on. Oh, Inner Spring. Inner Spring. I don't know if you guys will actually be able to see this card. So just know that it says Inner Spring. All right, so I am going to tap into it. And by the way, the deck that I'm using, I forgot to even say, is the Inner Temple Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And I've been using this deck quite a bit ever since I received it. Okay, so let me tap in. Okay, so this might be going off of messages that we have had in like previous live chats, previous Sundays. That it basically is this new chapter that a lot of people are going into, and it may not be happening all at the same time because we're all on these different missions and these different journeys as we are here in this earth walk that we're doing. So like for me, I feel like I've gone into the next chapter, and I'm like trying to like navigate it, where other people are like still maybe they're getting ready to move into their next chapter. Some people went into their next chapter like years ago. But again, if in your personal life, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like things are so much different, and how I intuit is different, how I feel, about myself in the world, and I feel like I am repeating myself, but it's just like this has been a really big message for a lot of people, that there is that feeling for the collective, again, at different points and for different reasons, why we feel like, how I see the world is different. My perspective on myself and those outside of myself is a bit different. And so we may feel a little off kilter for a while because it's newness. So it's just like, going from middle school to high school, at first there's like this, where do I hang out? Like, trying to get into the rhythm of going to your different classes, making new friends, trying to find your old friends. You're growing up a little bit, so you're kind of seeing yourself in this new form of adolescence. And so it's a little awkward going from 8th grade to 9th grade. I speak in this analogy as, here in the US, but it could be a little bit like that for a lot of us, where it's like, but this doesn't mean that it's bad. This doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path or something like that, because it feels weird or it feels different, or you're going into a chapter where, it's hard to navigate because it's like you're boldly going where no person has gone before, like you're on this little Star Trek, right? But it's part of your evolution. It's needed at this time. And this is good. It's good for the soul, but it's also good for the ego, because the ego runs on repetitive programs. It only knows the past. And so it tries to keep us in the past because that's where it feels safe. But the soul is always ready for expansion. So by going into this newness and allowing yourself to experience it, you're allowing yourself to grow. And you're also showing your ego that it's okay. This isn't scary. It's just something different than you're used to. And eventually at some point, the ego will get used to it and it'll calm itself down. As my friend Tamika would say, it would calm its tits. She cracks me up. But yeah, it'll calm down. And then that will become the new regular day, the new status quo. So it's just a little awkward at first. And just know that we're all here. If you need to reach out with us, it's, we're here in these live chats. Many people were there on social media. I know that you guys have your best friends, that you can call on. Maybe there's a family member or two that you can call on, and, have at least that one person that you can talk about these things with, so whether that person is someone whose house you could go over, or you could, talk to online, but definitely find that person that can be an outlet for you. Patrick says it's getting our crystal body. This is awesome. Yes. And that's something I saw every time I've channeled the Andromedans. Ooh, I want to mention something about the Andromedans, but yes, every time I've channeled them, they were going through this molting process. And it seemed like, at least when I had first come into contact with them, it seemed like they had just started this process. And I think this was now a couple of years ago, but now a lot of them are going into a new process, and they're kind of coming out of these crystalline bodies. But I feel like for a lot of us, we're coming into our crystalline body. Okay, so What I wanted to say about the Andromedans, thank you to everybody who joined us last Sunday for that part 2 of the connecting with our Andromedan friends or friends from Andromeda. And there were some wonderful questions. I believe it was from Time Harvest, Shadowlands Radio, and Lilith Phoenix. There were some questions that we didn't get to, and I felt really bad about not getting to those wonderful questions during that live chat. So my friend Laura, who is staying with us here, she decided to print out those questions, and she read those questions for a part 2 of 2, technically part 3 of connecting with the Andromedans. So I was able to basically get through the rest of those questions, and that will come out tomorrow. So the follow-up to the live chat for those people who did not get their questions answered during the live, I felt like you had some great questions, and we should tackle those, you know. And the Andromedans were more than happy to come in and finish answering those questions. The energy, my gosh, was way more intense than it was during the live chat. Like, I needed a minute to calm down after that chat. And then before the chat happened, before the that video occurred, I wasn't even sure that I could do the video because the energy from them was so intense. And like I said, I've been feeling things way more intense lately, which is why I've been more in hermit mode. So sorry to all my friends that you think I'm ghosting you. I'm not ghosting you. I need some time to integrate, man. So anyway, so it was just a lot, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I think it's like way too much, but I ended up feeling okay right before the video. So my friend Laura helped me, Riley helped me, and we got that done. And so thank you to Time Harvest, to Shadowlands Radio, and Lilith Phoenix for those beautiful questions. And I'm sorry that we didn't get to them during the chat, but you will be able to see them during Monday's video, which is tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's see. Oh, hey, our friend Gina said hello from Portland, Oregon. Hello, my friend. Lila said, oh, wow, I'm stoked. Lily's cracking up over there. And Shadowland says, what plant medicine would be something that I would need? I would say that when you find some stillness, this is how like I go about like, you know, like making teas, like the tea that I made today. Oh, I didn't put the recipe of the tea that I made today. And I know some of you guys asked me to always put the recipe in the description. Don't let me forget. After this live chat, I'll put it in the description. But basically I put Kukicha green tea. It's a Japanese green tea, Matcha Green Tea, and Himalayan Green Tea. Mixed with roses from the garden that I had in San Diego. And I put one other thing in here. Oh, Butterfly Pea Flower. Yeah, so I put that in here. And how I come about that is I sit quietly. And this is just how my intuition works. And I'll just set the intention of like the plant that would help to benefit me most on my journey right now, that we could create a working relationship with, please reveal yourself to me. And sometimes I won't know the name of the plant. I'll just like see, I don't know, a yellow flower. So I'll go into Google or my plethora of like herbal books that I have, and I'll just start typing in yellow flowers until I see the flower that I saw in my meditation. And then that's what I would utilize. It doesn't necessarily mean that we need to ingest it because some things are poisonous. So always check first. But know that you can connect to it either energetically or physically if it grows in your surrounding area. But you know, so if you are looking for a plant to utilize, I would say try that out. And I think, yeah, you have my Instagram, so let me know what you get, or if you struggle with that, then maybe we can find another way to find your plant medicine or a plant that would like to work with you at this time. Gina says, we can barely see you. Maybe that's on purpose. Well, I think that's Riley is working on it right now. So the fire is kind of like I mean, the fire's still going pretty good. I guess it's just not throwing off a whole lot of light. So my apologies. I know that you can kind of see me and it looks kind of spooky, like, woo. But yeah, we're working on it. But otherwise, the fire is going. I kind of wanted it to be like kind of cool outdoorsy. I didn't want to be in complete darkness, but we're working on that. Let's see. Lily says, I got the Two of Swords. Matches your message. I love the emoji. I dig it. I can dig it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are we at right now? Okay. Gina said, no worries. Thanks, Riley. How about, okay, let's dive in to our channeling of DMT. But before we do, I want to explain kind of what that is from my very limited knowledge. I am not a doctor or a scientist. I'm just a gal. I'm a gal outside by the bonfire, in the forest, in the mountains. Okay, so what I know of DMT, which is an abbreviation of, I can't even pronounce it all, but I think it's dimethyl something. Some of you guys that are better at that might be able to type that out for me. Oh, hey, hi guys. You can see me. Well, that's awesome. Okay. So, oh, everybody's like, hey. So anyway, DMT is something that every living being on the planet has. Humans have it, plants have it, animals have it. And it is something that is released in that plant or that animal or that person upon the moment of their death. And some have speculated that people who have had near-death experiences, it's not proven, and again, it's just speculation. Some doctors have said, well, maybe it's what they're seeing when they see the tunnel of light and all of that is really just the release of this DMT. And what that is a very, very powerful psychedelic. It's one of the most powerful psychedelics on the earth is inside of us, so yes, there's ayahuasca, there's peyote, there's magic shrooms, there's all of this, but one of the most powerful psychedelics is actually within our own body. It's within the plants that surround us, it's within the animals that surround us. And so when we ingest, let's say, food, whether it be meat or plant, we would be tripping our minds out if we were to taste the DMT of that now deceased being, again, plant or animal. But there is a receptor that it prevents us from tripping out every single time we have a salad or you have a hamburger. But there are people that have found a way to be able to take DMT on purpose so that they could move forward in their spiritual journey. If they're looking to, move past something, whatever it is in their healing journey, that's what they would utilize DMT for. So I want to know a little bit more about it, which is why I want to channel it. Like, what is it really? Yes, I mean, in the 3D, we could say, well, it's this chemical thing and it's da 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 da. But I want to know from like a higher perspective, like what is this? How could we utilize this? Is there a way to access it without actually having to cross over, or to take it externally? What can we do? So I have questions. I know you guys have questions, and actually I would ask you guys right now to start putting your questions in the chat. Maybe do it all caps so that we know that you have questions about this DMT. And our friend Lili, who is here, said she volunteered as our guest interviewer, and she will read your questions. Plus, if she has questions of her own, she will ask those questions. But let me go back and see what you guys are saying. Shadowland says, I've been thinking about ayahuasca, maybe. Ooh, okay. All right. So maybe tap into it energetically first and see what it has to show you. Maybe it would be seen in meditation. Maybe you would see it as like signs in your waking life. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you gather from that. And Shadowland says your pineal gland makes it. Ah, Well, there you go. See, I did not know that. And I tell you, I'm not an expert. This is just like little bits and pieces that I know. I never claim to be an expert of anything. I'm just a gal. Costalini says, I smoked it once on a beach in Florida with a bunch of felons I met off the internet. Well, that's interesting. It says, instantly teleported in front of the sun. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I have heard of people having this experience of like instant, like being teleported in front of like what they might say is God or source energy, or being confronted with themselves, and their self is talking to their self. And they say it's a very intense, very visceral experience. So yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows when we channel it today, or this evening, I should say. Star 44 says, yep, I smoked it also a few times. It's great. Wow. Well, definitely. I mean, those of you that have had experience with that, like our friends are doing, put those experiences in there. That's freaking awesome. Okay. Lilith has it spelled out for us. Dimethyltryptamine. Dimethyltryptamine. There we go. Sorry for my butcher of Latin. And Lilith says it's a serotoninogenic hallucinogen. And Lily said, ooh, the DMT energy is ready. Yes. All right. So Lilith already has her question. Let's get ready for this. Lily, if you want to pop in, let's pop on in. Let me, hold on. We have here. Oh. And while Lily is getting ready to pop on with us, we may have time to do the channeling of that UFO that we shot a missile at, and the missile bounced off over the coast of Yemen. If anybody would like to help, I think Lily said she would be able to help with that, but if anybody has questions about that, get those questions ready too. But for now, let's go ahead and post those DMT questions so that Lily has the questions to read. And of course, like I said, she will ask her own questions during this channeling. And then for channeling number 2, just make sure you have those other questions ready to go. Okie dokie. Looks like
Lily's in the house.
Lily's in the house. Let's add her to the stage. I'm going to take off my microphone now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Perfect.
Let me. Oh, sorry. Sorry about the hand. Okay. Just making sure my volume is all the way up. All righty. Cool beans. All right. So looks like our friend Lilith Phoenix is putting her questions out there. Again, all caps is perfect. That makes it easy for Lily to be able to find the questions, and for Riley to see the questions so he can post them on the screen for Lily. Okay. Are y'all ready for this? Because I feel like the energy is coming in intensely, but I've been a little sensitive butterfly lately. And I was talking to Lily before this chat, so she knows all about my little hermitude at the moment. Yeah. It's like everything. I feel everything. I'm just like everybody, everything, every plant. I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna chill in the bed today. Okay. So okay. All right. I will go ahead and just so everybody knows, I'm going to go ahead and drop in. And while I'm dropping in, Lily is going to introduce herself, plus introduce all of the beautiful, wonderful things she does in any social media that she is connected with. And anything she knows about the topic of DMT or what it is. And then I will say, okay, when I'm ready to go, when I'm all connected, and then we'll go ahead and start with those questions. And then we'll try to keep the actual channeling itself to about 15 minutes or so. And then because I have no idea what's coming through. I don't know if it's going to be DMT itself or an energy that's like, hey, I know what that is. I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll let that energy have I was going to say the
Last
last
word.
laugh. Yeah,
I
last word,
mean,
last laugh,
yeah.
whatever. I mean, it has the last laugh. Yeah, so yeah, we'll do that, and then Lily and I will just have like a little chat afterwards, and then at the end, because I'm actually going to edit this and turn it into its own video to post onto my channel, so that if people didn't want to sit and watch the whole replay of the live chat and they just wanted to watch the channeling, I will turn that into its own video. So at the end of the channeling and at the end of Lily and I speaking, we'll both say bye, but we're not leaving the live
Leaving.
chat. It's a false goodbye. Don't
Just for
listen
the
to us.
cameras.
We'll be like bye, and then we're like, okay, we're still here. Yeah, so that's just so I know when I'm editing, that's where I stop the video. So yeah, ignore all of that. Okay, let's see. Anything let me look at what you guys are saying before I drop in. Lily, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm always ready.
Okay. Let's see. Lilith says Tara might come back on a whole new high out of this channel. I mean, I don't know. I
I
don't know.
mean, this energy is pretty freaking happy right now, so I think
Yeah.
you'll be happy. Yeah.
If I'm a little too tripping after the channeling, I don't know if I'll be like, hey guys, we're gonna have to end it now. I don't know. No, I doubt that'll happen. I doubt that'll happen. Okay. So Shadowlands has her questions. Lilith has her questions. The rest of you homies, go ahead and again continue to post those questions in all caps.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Tea. And I'll see you guys on the other side.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Lily. I'm an empath, psychic, channeler, also a Reiki Master. And I've known Tara for, I think, 2 or 3 years now. And let's see, if you'd like to reach me or, follow my social media, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Energetic Life Specialist. And I think she's going to post the information at the end if you need to find me. Are you ready, Tara?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Who are we speaking? Okay, who are we speaking with today?
Tara's true essence, neither here nor there, neither alive nor gone.
Okay. Tara's true essence. So who is that? Can you
The
describe?
in-between, the postmaster of the physical and the non-physical, the bringer into this incarnation, and the one that delivers you out of this incarnation. The in-between, neither the soul itself nor the ego itself, but merely the chariot, the ride, the messenger.
Okay. So from my understanding, you're here to help us understand DMT, but you're not DMT. You're not the energy of DMT.
You could say that I am, but energy of DMT is not a individual, but it is a part of what's needed to move from one plane of existence to another. It is the slide, it is the slope, it is the vessel that moves you from this plane to the next and from that plane to this.
Okay. Would you say there are different, what's the word, levels? Let's say animals have DMT, humans, plants. Is it the same energy or is it different for each species or each soul? Since we're all one.
Each soul and its individuality might have a different frequency, but how we enter is the same.
Okay. Okay. I have a question from Lilith Phoenix. Does placing the tip of your tongue against a specific location of the top of your mouth create a gateway to the body's own DMT?
If it were to be in physicality, it is more energetic.
Mhm.
Many try to make it tactile. And although many claim that it is a chemical, it is not a chemical. It is a doorway. And if that doorway were in a part of the body, it is right between your hard and soft palate of the human, the hard and soft palate of animal. If you are without hard or soft palate, it is where the voice originates from. In plants, this would be where photosynthesis occurs.
Okay. So if it's not physical, what is it that they're extracting exactly then?
A piece of an individual's doorway, a look into how they got here and how they might exit. And although you not be viewing their exit and their entrance, you may utilize their doorway to access your own.
Mm, okay. I have one question from Lili Divine. She was reading a book, and a lot of people were having alien encounters. And she was wondering if there is a dimension that can be reached using DMT.
Yes. Understand that when many talk about the veil, the liminal space, the space in between, not so much the astral as this is a place, not so much 3D as that is also a place, but it's the place beyond places. You are not yet in the astral, yet not yet in the 3D, or whatever dimension you are seeking to access. It is that in between of nothingness, yet all is whole in this space. So, when you are looking to connect with energies beyond this dimension, you step into the portal of nothingness so that you may access all, because in nothingness, you are whole. There is no form yet, no solidified consciousness, no vessel to speak of. You are everything. Some might say, this is where your God lives.
Wow. Okay. Um, okay, Lilith has a question, another question. What kind of benefits does it have to experience DMT?
To experience the nothingness of yourself is quite an experience. When you are in one plane of existence or another, whether you are of the Hera loves to connect to the Andromedan beings, whether you are connected to Andromedans, you find yourself there, or connected to 3D, or you find yourself an animal within the 3D, or a plant, or perhaps you are a blue avian, the 13th dimension. Accessing your own DMT, your own state of nothingness, is to be without identity. You are neither a part of the fourth or the third dimension or the fifth. You are neither in the astral. You are all, yet you are nothing, meaning you do not have form. There is no name, no title, no label. You are free, absolutely free. And this is something that no matter what dimension you are in, every being, every energy has tried to access without accessing their nothingness. How can I free myself, but yet I also identify as a reptilian? How could I free myself, yet I also identify as human, or I identify as this or that? You cannot identify with anything and access your nothingness, your freedom, your absolute freedom. So by accessing your own doorway, you access your freedom. You understand what true freedom is. You are not bound by your gender, your name, the world in which you live in. You are not bound by life or death. You are free. And in that freedom, there is so much to learn.
How can we tap into that, let's say, without um taking DMT? Like, how can we feel free? Because we live in the 3D world, you know? So what steps can we take, or what advice can you give? How can you just feel free? I know that's a hard question
It
to
is
answer.
different from individual to individual. I cannot say one way is the way that would work for all beings. So I will give an example from myself, the being that I am, the ego that is Tara. There was a moment in her life where she was between her life and her death. She had a choice to stay in this existence or to leave it, to move on to something else. And in that moment, perhaps in linear time, it lasted only a couple of seconds. But in those 2 seconds, she was nothing. She was no longer the identity of Tara. She wasn't even the identity of anything, not a spirit, not a being from another dimension. She was ready to surrender to whatever may be. And as she was underwater, floating, ready to embrace the next existence, she was in that liminal space. And in that liminal space, she saw the doorway. You may not recognize it as that. And perhaps she will have to understand this when she comes out of this channeling. But that is one way to be in the middle of your life and death. For some, they experience it and they may remember it when they were birthed into this existence. For some, you may experience it while taking a substance, or perhaps you experience it in a meditation where you stop identifying as one thing or another. You become nothing. And that is something that seems to be scary for so many people, to be nothing. You say, well, I have to be something to be worthy, to be worthwhile, to know that I'm here. But if you can get past this, that being nothing doesn't mean you are not worthy. It means you are everything and you are more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Okay. So before you dropped in, I saw you as a light, happily dancing in my space. Was that accurately your energy, or an aspect of energy, or just something totally different?
It is an aspect of Tara's doorway energy.
Mm.
And she may not understand that a part of her personality, which can be very childlike at times, she may attribute it to her soul, that her soul is rather childlike, but it's her doorway that is. And so I might often represent myself as being joyful and happy because there is so much joy and freedom. Why would I be sad to be unlabeled?
Okay. Shadowlands has a question. Why the fluff would any 3D government try and outlaw DMT?
Because it is freedom.
Mm-hmm.
What is government but
Mm-hmm.
those who control in one form or another? Even if they claim to be benign and to want to help the people that are beneath them, it is still a hierarchy. Us and them, those with power, those that can help to govern your existence, how you think, how you educate, how you parent, and how you live. Why would they want you to be free of labels? If we keep the labels, they might say, then we can keep them divided. Keep it us versus them. Keep them fighting amongst themselves, that I am this and you are that. I am higher, you are lower. But if all were to find that they were free, they were nothingness, yet everything all at once, they would find that they do not need government.
Lilith Phoenix has a question. Is DMT like a tunnel or wormhole of light?
Many have seen it this way, yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you have, let me see. Star 44, if we remove more of the ego, do we get more of this opening that what we call DMT?
Yes, because in the ego lives labels. Again, within the ego, you have a background, you have your ethnicity, you have your nationality, you have a neighborhood that you grew up in, you have personality, you have your education. Everything that you say describes you is within that ego. But again, if we take away these labels, and even the labels that come with the soul likes to identify itself as well, just perhaps not as vehemently as the ego. But to be in between your soul and your ego, well, this is DMT.
Let's see. Gina says, I have experienced the feeling of my soft palate not being there a few times during an intense experience. Is that connected to this doorway you referenced earlier?
Yes, it might also feel as though your heart has dropped, as if you are on a roller coaster that is on the down phase, or the drop one may feel in an airplane as it levels out. It is the drop from the heavy to the light, from the labeled to the unlabeled. It may not always appear there because we may not always be ready, but it is there from time to time.
Let's see. Any last words you wanted to, anything else you wanted to tell us before you go?
Yes, some food for thought.
Okay.
In your outer space, there's so much about looking outside of this world into the rest of what the 3D world has to offer. The stars, the Milky Way, the galaxies, the black hole they speak of. They say where there is light, light cannot even escape the black hole. It is the event horizon. or vertical horizon, they might say. But what it is the DMT of 3D existence itself. If DMT stands between your soft palate and your hard palate, well then a black hole is in between the soft palate and the hard palate of the 3D plane. That is this particular universe's DMT.
Lily Divine asks, is there any potential danger with energies that can access the space of DMT
All
or
energies
with DMT?
have access to DMT.
Mm,
All beings in all dimensions. And again, there is no danger to this because one can only be in that space without label. So one cannot even have an agenda in that space. They
I
cannot
see.
claim to be something, to lord over something else, or to take advantage of something else. It is nothingness. They become nothing. And if they seek to find you, they would find nothing.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Well, I don't see any. Okay. Well, thank you for being with us today.
You are welcome. You have much to ponder, I can see.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Welcome back.
hi. Well, okay. My eyeballs are like, I feel like, I feel like my eyeballs are going into it. Whew. Okay. Well, hello. Um, I'm gonna have some tea. What did you think while I get my scruples back in order?
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I mean, it gives a lot. I still have like a lot of questions, but I'm just like, I don't know. It was very, we learned a lot, yes, but I still
Mhm,
have a lot of like 3D-ish type questions of this. The spiritual
mhm,
stuff I can see is just, I totally understand, but the 3D is just, I'm like, what are you grabbing? That's like,
mhm,
that you're putting in, that people are taking. Like, what is it? There has to be something physical that's making people like react to it. You know what I mean? So
mhm,
I guess I have to research it more.
hmm. Um, yeah. I would say for me, I felt like I was talking, but I wasn't talking. It felt like
Mm-hmm.
it was me, but it was not me. And it didn't feel like a weird foreign energy.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was just me, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
me that knows more than me. I don't know if that makes any sense. Um,
Yeah. I mean, an aspect of you did come in, and that's what I was seeing before, like the laughing and the dancing. So I guess I
nice.
want you to read it, I guess listen back to it. But what I was
Mhm,
seeing I thought was DMT, like a collective type, but it was yours.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it felt like I was being taken back to some very intense experiences that I've
Mm-hmm.
had.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a moment, I almost got a little nervous because I thought I was drowning again. And
Yeah.
for many who don't
The
know, that was like during a
yeah.
surf sesh, like back in like '07.
And that's the
Um,
example that was used.
um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it was like that moment of letting go of this lifetime. It kind of felt like, which is a little scary when I think about it, but it wasn't scary at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have felt that maybe 4 or 5 times since. One was like just during a really intense meditation. Another few times was when I had literally smoked one puff of our friend Mary Jane. Like it was one puff. Uh, and then like I was like blasted to this space where I felt like I was dying and it felt like I was ready to let go, but then I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, don't let go. Like you don't want to go anywhere. It was like, I don't know, it was like this weird in between state where I was thrilled and scared all at the same time. Like it was this weird state, but that's how I felt during this channeling. Like I was in this in between state of like, just go, it's cool. And the other part's like, what the heck are you talking about? You're gonna live to be like 120 years old. Like yeah. So that was pretty wild. Let me go back and see some people were commenting during this channeling. Lilith Phoenix said, "This is wild. I feel like I remember my descent onto Earth. I had no idea it would be DMT related." Oh wow. Whoa. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Oh, Gina said next week maybe we can channel black holes. Oh yeah. I saw this whole like Star Trek type thing. Okay, by the way, I was like a huge Star Trek The Next Generation nerd. I don't want to say was because I am. I'm not gonna lie. And it was like seeing like their wormholes or whatever that they have on the show of like kind of like traveling through this thing. But it seemed like the whole like our whole 3D universe with like planets and galaxies was like a mouth, and like the black hole was like a hole in the roof of a mouth. It was like the weirdest, trippiest thing that I was visualizing. Like, what the heck? The only thing I could possibly be tripping on right now, you guys, is green tea. So I was like, what? What the
When
heck
you
am I
listen
looking
to
at?
it, it'll make sense. Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to give it
So
away.
all right. Well, I thank you guys so much for offering up those questions, and thank you to Lili who joined us in this channeling. And thank you for voting on this channeling. By the way, this has been fascinating. I definitely have to rewatch it. But hey, if you would like to take Lili's place in a future channeling, being a guest interviewer, I know that you guys all have unique backgrounds, perspectives. We all have questions about things. So, you know, I say every question is valid because I guarantee you someone somewhere in the world has the same question you do. And they might be a little too afraid to ask. So be that person that steps up and asks those questions. You can email me, Tara@kittenswaitsandtarot.com. You can find me on Instagram at kittenswaitsandtarot. Yeah, and let's do this together. But again, thank you, Lili.
You're welcome. This was fun, as
And
always.
we will catch you guys in the next channeling. Peace, love, and chicken grace. Peace out. Bye, guys. And we're back. See, we didn't really go anywhere. Okay,
Don't
so
leave.
that's so weird to say goodbye and then just be like,
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, that'll be my cue when I'm editing, that I will take that video and I will make it its own video for those people that want to rewatch just that instead of the whole live chat. Okay, so let me go back to some more comments that you guys have here. Patrick said, just awesome. Love it a lot. Hey, so glad you guys were digging this. I'm glad you guys voted on it, by the way. Lili said that was interesting. Costolini said, tryptamine wouldn't have been the main component. It has trip in the name.
Okay.
Tryptamine. Let's see. Costolini says, wonder who thought that up. I know, right? Lilith says, not what I expected DMT to be for sure. Very intriguing. Gina said, MJ does the same thing to me. I went into the void and yelled inwardly, I don't want to die, then popped back into my body. Not fun, but very intriguing. Yes. Like I said, I don't want to say that I'm like, you know, super uber experienced in the ways of my friend Mary, but normally it does not take one little to take me to the outer realms. It seems like that's like my energy or my soul or whatever is like, hey, she's using a little friend to help her get to some places. Let's take her right to freaking the middle of nothingness of no man's land. And sometimes I'm just like, am I dying? And I'm like, I want to come back. I want to come back. And then I come back. I'm like, no, wait. Let's go back there. Let's go back there. That's kind of cool. And then I go back. I'm like, no, it's too much. Let's go back. So weird. I get you, Gina. Lilith says, I always dislike the feeling roller coasters and elevators that give you in your gut. Makes so much more sense to me now. Me neither. Like when my stomach drops, which is weird. I didn't like it when I got older, which I don't know. I don't know if I've turned into a wuss since I've gotten older or what. But when I was younger, like teenager, early 20s, I loved roller coasters. I loved going up in airplanes, like the higher, the better. And I love the feeling of when an airplane would like drop in its like elevation. I was like, oh my God, that feels so cool. And when elevators would drop and then when we go see my grandparents, the road on Old Highway 395 would like, it would have these dips. And so my mom would purposely gun it so that we would kind of fly and the car would drop and me and my brother would go, oh. And we're like, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. But now that happens and I'm like, whoa, okay, whoa. That's a little too much. Yeah. So, let's see. Lilith says, makes sense as MJ literally connects you to a higher consciousness. Yeah, I mean, it's a plant ally, and it definitely does help us in a form of a gateway, you know, to our higher self in various ways, because everybody experiences it differently. Shadowlands Radio says, I've always been asking why the labels for years. Now I know labels are 3D mostly. But it seems like it's in all dimensions. It's like, well, I am a dragon, or I am a freaking white reptilian, or I am like a blue avian, or you know, I am an Andromedan. But yeah, everybody has this like, we're so labelicious. Lili says, I enjoy those belly drops. See, some people can still enjoy the belly drops. I think I'm getting back to it. I think with this like shift that I've gone through, I think I'm getting back to the things that I used to enjoy before. Who knows what happened when I got older? I lost my coolness, I guess, if I was ever cool.
Oh, you're cool.
Lili says my mom would do the same with me in the car, and I loved it. Nice. Lilith says, I never enjoyed those stomach drops. Aw. Hey, Peg is here. Says, wonder if you can get stuck there. It didn't feel so. During that channeling, I mean, I don't remember everything that was said, just what I visually remember seeing. It didn't feel so. It felt like at any point, because it was so, the space, I don't know how to describe it. It felt brief, but also vast at the same time. Like you're just floating in a void without name, without identity. It's like you are the void, which is pretty trippy. But it didn't seem like you were ever stuck there. It's like at any time you could decide, I have consciousness again and I'm out. Or I think I'll chill here for a little while longer. It feels like you have complete control over that because it's yours. It's your doorway. It's nobody else's doorway. So that's kind of cool. All right. Well, Lili, I'm going to ask you. So I was thinking of doing a few maybe super chats before, because I think, let's see, how are we on time? We're actually pretty good on time. And I think we could do that other channeling because I feel kind of good. I mean,
It's midnight here, but like I go to sleep really late, so I'm fine. We can keep going. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel a little like I was tripping, but I'm not. I feel good. Like I was just literally channeling my own DMT, so it's okay.
Yes, exactly.
It was, as long as it's my DMT,
Yeah.
my weird,
And
awkward,
it
goofy
was a
light
happy
doorway.
DMT.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense that it was mine. Um,
Wait,
mm,
so do you want me on live while you do super chats, or what do you want to do?
do you want to? Do you
And
want to
pull
help?
cards in tandem?
Yeah. Do you want to do that? I mean, you don't have to
Yeah,
do that if you don't want to.
I'll do
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay. So, okay, you guys. If you would like to do super chat, super stickers right now, and in the aftermath of
Wait, let me
that.
get some more cards. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
After the aftermath of that DMT experience channeling thing, if you have some questions and you want us to pull some cards, let's do some super chats, super stickers. But if you want to wait, I will do super chats and super stickers again
Mm,
after the second channeling. So that way, we can take a little break now. And that gives
okay.
me time to also get myself in order to do another channeling, because I usually need like a break between channelings. This is a great break. I can pull cards and
Mm,
it's not as intense as a channeling. So yeah,
okay.
so if anybody wants to do super chat, super stickers, let's do it. And if not, well, then let's go ahead and jump into some UFO stuff. I mean, yeah.
I watched the video and I was just like, well, they said it was last year, and they just
Oh,
released
really?
it. Yeah, but they just released last
Oh,
fall, and just which kind of makes sense. But I was just
okay.
like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Some
so it's weird. The
I
video
got some
is,
hits. I got some hits from it. Yeah, it's like
oh,
okay.
and while we're saying that, I have a stabbing pain like right here and right here.
Oh yeah,
Like
I saw something like
it's
floating
like
around.
it's like stabbing. Let me
Oh, that's not
just
good.
let me just stop the stabbing for a moment.
Oh, that's not them. It's just the opening of your. Remember, I told you you're gonna be
Yeah.
opening more things after the
Yeah.
traveling, so that's what's
Kind of
happening. Yeah.
feel like a little bit of my DMT, like the door, like nobody shut it all the way, so the door's just flapping in the breeze, and I'm just like,
Yeah, you're getting a lot of downloads.
I'm
It's
just
like,
half
oh,
nothing right now.
there's
Excuse
a
me.
nothing, a hole of nothingness here. Let's just put some information in there.
I know, right? Um. Okay. Well, cool. My door is not closed all the way. That's great. Um. I can get down with that. Okay. Let's use my Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle, which is actually the second oracle that was put up by Terry Foss. I love her
Okay.
artwork. Ooh, there you go. You guys can actually see the box. I'll use this deck. It looks like our friend Costalini and Shadowlands have
Oh, let me go grab some boxes. Hang on. I'll be right
okay,
back.
okay, no worries. All right, so I will just read the questions while Lily goes and gets what she needs to get. But Costalini said, the other day I walked up to my car and there was a crow sitting on top, just taking a poop right down my driver's side window, staring at me dead in the eyes as he kept going. Wow. Wow. You know what? Freaking crows and ravens. I like their style, but sometimes, wow. And Costalini says, I feel like I know what he was trying to say. This was in the enclosed parking lot in the dark among hundreds of cars. Mine was the only one being pooped on. I know the answer will probably be hilarious, but I felt like this would be fun to see what energy of the crow says. Like I said, they definitely have a sense of humor about them. And that's why I love crows and ravens. Wow. Lili is over there cracking up. And Lilith says, you guys are so giddy and high on Terra DMT. I know. I feel like, yes, like I've just ingested like a half a pound of sugar or
Oh
something, because I
yeah, or
feel like I'm like,
coffee.
woo.
I'm kind of woozy right now too, actually.
Oh wow! And then Lilith sent her PayPal, or her donation through PayPal. Thank you so much. Yeah, as many know, YouTube takes quite a bit from your donations, but I
Mm.
appreciate all of them. I thank you guys so much. Um, All right. Peg says, going back to big screen. Thank you again. You're very welcome. All right. And then Shadowlands has a question. All right. So let's actually dive into Costalini's question about the crow looking him dead in the eye while it just sat there taking a little dump skis on his driver's side window of his car, of all the cars in the parking lot, an enclosed structure, just chilling there. Okay.
Okay.
I will go in and just like tap in because I always love to hear if there's a song playing. Maybe there's
Is
a
it a
song.
K-pop song?
Is it a K-pop song?
I'm obsessed
Well,
with
let's
K-pop
see.
now, by the way. So
Okay.
okay, focus.
Let me tap in. So, Lily, if you want to pull the card first,
Yep.
I'll try to find the spiritual radio station that this crow is on.
Let's see.
The song's hilarious, by the way, but go ahead. I'm just gonna rock out to it.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to go first or?
Sure.
Okay.
The song.
Oh, okay.
I
Sorry.
would. I want to. I don't like songs to get stuck in my head too long because otherwise I'm gonna have the Spice Girls stuck in my head for like all night long. Yes, Costa Mini, the Crow's playing the Spice Girls,
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
if you want to be my lover, gotta get with my friends, making it so easy. The friendship never ends. I wanna shout. Oh my gosh! So this is it's like playing over and over. And I can almost hear the crow. Like it's like I can see it just like trying hard to like get one out while it stares you in the eye. And it's like almost yelling, shit happens, bro. like, I'm like, okay, well, let's get a more eloquent answer than and what the heck does the Spice Girls if you want to be my lover? Like, what? Okay. Let me pull a card here. Costalini says, please tell me the bird shitting doesn't have to do with the girl. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, we have lights. And it's a little kitty cat on the moon.
That's very interesting you pull that, but keep going.
Okay. So the pro saying that sometimes you may feel that when you're like, yes, I am so in tune with my spiritual journey right now. I feel like, I'm going with the flow, and that means that things are going to become more smooth sailing. Like, the doors open, which does happen from time to time as we go through these cycles. We go through cycles of like things are just like easy rider, and things are just like opening up for us. But sometimes, in order to see certain opportunities, like and see our friends in a different light, or to see the people that we fancy in a different light, see our parents, ourselves in a different light, we need a little bit of contrast. And so sometimes we need something that doesn't feel so smooth sailing and so easy for us, so that we can reevaluate, wait, is this really the direction I want to go? And maybe there's some more decisions for me to make along the way. So the crow was getting you to like stop, like and for a moment be like what the heck? Why poop on my car? It's so that you can be like, just stop and pause and be present, and realize that when things are seemingly not going your way or they become difficult, that's happening for you, not at you or to you. It's not meant to mean that you're off your path or that you're doing something wrong. It's no, you're doing something right, and you're showing yourself contrasts so you can give yourself like, this is a moment for you to make some more decisions. So it's like, okay, but if everything is just smooth and you're moving right along, you might pass up some really good decisions, some really good choices, because everything's just real, roses right now. You're just cool. You're just moving right along. But if you could stop and be like, whoa, what's happening here? Okay, now it's decision time, it's reflection time. And so that's a little point in your journey that you're at right now. It's time to offer a new perspective on yourself, your friends, your romantic interests, your family, all of that. And then once you gain a little bit more perspective, make some choices, how you want to proceed forward. And then we go back to smooth sailing again. So this is just a bit of the crow helping you to take a pause. And I think that's why the Spice Girls was playing. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friend. Okay, so it's kind of funny, but if you remember the video, which by the way, the only reason I know that song very well is because my brother was in love with all the Spice Girls, and Scary Spice was his favorite spice. And every time they come on, he was like, "Oh my god!" But it's like in the song, you have to make a choice. Do I want to get with this person? Am I into those friends? How am I feeling at the moment? So this is just a little inward check. And crows, being the personality that they are, they were doing it in a hilarious, what they thought was a hilarious way. So Costalini said thank you. And it says, had to hesitate before opening, it said he even got on the door handle. He did a real good job with that message. Dang. So Lily, what did you get?
I got the exact same message.
Oh.
So I used Rider-Waite and Angels and Ancestors. So there's, of course, a crows on this box, right? So I also got the moon. And I kept hearing one of your ancestors singing this crow, and I just heard laughing, and I just heard cut the crap, which is what you were saying, And then take time to reflect, which is literally what you just said.
Wow. Dude. See, this is also why it's cool.
They're just like,
another
listen
person.
to the message. Yeah.
You get to see the synchronicity of message. It's freaking awesome. Let me see. I missed a few things here. Let's see. Lilith says, radio station the crow is on. This is about to be funny as heck. And Lili said, birds are so beautiful, but when they are the messenger, they take their job seriously, by all means necessary. Birds fly in front of my car recently, like swoop down, then back up. And Peg says, I got a hunka burn in love. Nice. And Lily, I love that.
What is happening?
I don't know. We're all on DMT right now. The doorway opened and it's not closed yet.
Oh my gosh.
Lily says, so when I drive, I have to watch for pedestrians, cars, and flying birds. Lilith is cracking up. And she says, a bird once took a dump on my brother's arm. Then he threw his shoe at the bird in the tree and his shoe got stuck in the tree. That's what this is reminding me of. Of course. Lily says, could have been worse. Better your car than your head. Oh, my mom tells me that when I was a baby, she had me in my stroller and she was taking me for a walk along the sidewalk underneath the power lines, and there was a bunch of pigeons, and a pigeon took a nice dump like right on my forehead, and for the longest time I was afraid of birds. So that's why we ended up getting 2 pet birds, so I could get over my fear of birds. And kind of funny that part of my soul is a bird. So, I mean, go figure. But yeah, it's like I was baptized by the pigeon.
It means good luck, doesn't it? If a bird poops on you, I thought it meant good luck.
Maybe, yeah. I think in some cultures, actually, yes.
Okay.
So, thanks for the crap on my forehead. Lili says, I love how you got the exact same message, but in your own way, Lily.
You're welcome.
And Lili says, I have that Oracle deck, the Ancestors deck. Love it.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, okay. We have one more, and then let's go ahead and get to our second channeling. I feel like I'm ready again. Okay, so Shadowland says, are there any plants that would like to help me on my journey? Okay, so let's I know you said that you were kind of feeling ayahuasca, but let's see what other plant might come through. So I'm gonna have a little drop-in skis and see if there's any plant music that comes on the spiritual radio. FM 444, channel 44. All high vibe all the time. All right. Dude, I am tripping on my own vibes. This is awesome. I love it. I should get high on myself more often.
Gosh.
Okay.
Okay,
getting serious.
Okay, focus.
Come on, Tara. Getting high on your own supply.
Okay.
It's hot out here.
Okay, serious face.
Serious face. I don't have one. Okay. Okay, I saw basil coming in pretty prominently. I know the leaves of basil. I love basil, by the way. And I was hearing the Lady and the Tramp song when they're like, Lady and the Tramp are sucking on the same spaghetti noodle and their little lips come together and they're like, yes. So I'm hearing that, but I'm also hearing basil, basilica. So let's go ahead and pull a card and see how this plant would like to help you. It says wisdom. And that makes a whole lot of sense, especially with basil. Basil has its metaphysical properties are that it's really good at banishing negativity. It's really good at helping us to access our own divine, information and knowledge. It's really good at when it comes to like abundance. Like it's used for a whole lot of things, like healing up the wazoo. It's really good for that. I love basil for like basically everything. And I've never smoked basil before, but now I'm contemplating it. Anyway, you could utilize it in just connecting with its energy, put it in your food, maybe put it in a tea. Basil with some other components actually makes for a really good tea. But it feels like this is about accessing your own inner knowledge. I know that you are a wonderful seeker of knowledge, reading books, talking to people, asking questions. You're really good at all of that. But basil wants you to know that you are a wealth of information. And a message that came through for other people before, and it's the same for you, is that when you're like off in the ethers trying to like access information. You're like, I want to connect to a guide, or I want to connect to this realm. Know that when you connect to that realm, the reason you can connect to that realm is because there needs to be some sort of co-creation. That being has to want to connect to you in order for you to connect to it. So like, let's say you wanted to connect to a mermaid realm. The reason you can connect to them is because the mermaids want to connect to you. And sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't know really much, so I connect to beings that I think know more. Well, in actuality, they're connecting to you because you have information that they have trouble accessing in their realm. Like 5D has trouble accessing understanding of what the 3D realm is like. So you are their spirit guide. So that's what Basil wants to help you with, is that you have some unique information that other beings from other places want to learn from you. You are their spirit guide, basically. And the reason you connect to them is because they want to connect to you. You have information that you can help them with, and they have information that they can help you with. So Basil is wanting to help you with that. What did you get, Lily?
I kept getting the rose
Ooh.
petals, and I keep seeing a foot bath with just, I guess, warm water and just rose petals in the foot bath. And I just keep hearing just to bring in more softness into your practice. And I also
Mhm.
got the nature spirits, which kind of makes sense. It's the nature spirit oracle deck. Um
Mhm.
but yeah, just to bring in also some, because if you're working with some not harsher energies, but just like more serious energies, you want to also
Mhm.
don't forget about the softer aspect of things too. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Okay.
Yeah, that I think that pairs well. I
Hmm.
think with
Like a
basil being as
balance
high
of
vibe as it
plant.
is, not to say
Hmm.
that rose isn't high vibe, but rose is really good at like soothing that
Right.
transition into knowledge. So if like
Hmm.
you're hit with some like big knowledge, rose is like, okay, let's ease you into that. I got you.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is scary. So yeah, I can see how those two could work together. That's
Hmm.
cool. Shadowland says, reminds me of this one McDonald's picnic lunch. A crow tried stealing my Happy Meal. Oh, the gall.
Wow.
Get it? Gall. Anyway, it said the goal. Anyway, mom and dad jokes. Anyway,
Yeah.
Lily said, back in New York, I got pooped on a few times. Those darn pigeons. And yeah, it's supposed to be good luck, like stepping in poop. Like, really? How is that good luck? I think somebody was trying to spin, like one day they got crapped on in their head. They're, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm
Probably.
not going to be mad at that.
They're
I'm going to say this is a
everywhere.
good thing.
Yeah.
um, Patrick says, I love to know what is the higher self of my girlfriend. And if it's okay, at this point, I am, what percentage of ego I have left to lose. Okay, cool. Yeah, Patrick, let's dive into that. And Shadowland says, I'm thinking of trying to grow my own basil plant. Ooh, that'd be cool. What a fun connection to make, growing together. And Lily said, rose is high frequency. It is, which is why, I mean, I put rose in this tea. I put roses in everything. And I feel like it's high vibe, but it's not overwhelming. And that's why I like it.
What? What
There's
happened?
animals out here. Anyway,
Oh,
like, we have a whole lot of like elk and deer and
that's so
coyotes.
nice.
And so, yeah, they're probably just walking out the back. But there's also cows. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so let's dive into Patrick. So let's have Patrick be our last super chat for now, and then we'll do our channeling, and then we'll see how we feel. Like more, we'll do a few more super chats, and then we'll do our meditation. Okay, so Patrick, let's take a look at the higher self of your girlfriend at this point in time. Just kind of the aspect that I would say is most prominent at this time, because as you know, we're all things. So it's just the aspect that is revealing itself most in her life at the moment. So let's take a look. Let's dive in. Okay. This is interesting.
Ooh.
Like I'm hearing like Cats the musical. Like all the different arias they had playing at the time. But it seems like for your girlfriend, like I often feel like you as having very Lyran energy, but excuse me, I feel like that for her, but like she's like a different kind. Like it's this glowing, bright white Lyran. I don't know if that makes sense. I know that, like when we say, oh, there's like Andromedans, but there's probably like an infinite number of types of Andromedan. Like we say, oh, that somebody's like a reptilian, but there's different types of reptilians. They're not all the same. Not all are all negative. Some are positive. Some are neutral. And I feel like with your girlfriend, she is like, how do I want to say? Like the future of the Lyran race.
Ooh.
I don't know that, like almost like the ascended Lyran. I don't know how to describe it, but Cats is playing, by the way, in the background. Let's pull a card on it, and then let's look at your percentage. Oh, really, bro? Nice one, Patrick. You are at 12% ego. I'm surprised you're still even in this realm. Like, wow. Okay. All right. I can dig it. The card is soulful. And we have this beautiful owl. What do we think of owls? Owls as being wisdom, wealth of knowledge. And that's definitely how I see her. It's almost like, I don't know if there's even a name for it, but I do see her as Lyran, but it's almost like the ascended Lyran, like Lyran in the future. But, as you know, time doesn't exist. So it's like, that's a future that's already happening, while also having Lyrans that haven't ascended yet. I don't know, but definitely feeling very high vibe and feeling like you guys are really good at helping each other at the moment. Like you have some points of view that are really aiding her on her journey, and she has a whole lot of points of view to help you on your journey. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so Lily, what did you get?
So I kept getting a belly dancer. Is there a goddess who belly dances? Because I was like, really? And I was like, can I confirm with the card? And I got the lovers. So I'm assuming
Mhm.
this is correct. So it's just I can't place it, but I just see a it's like so the outfit is like blue and green, and of course the
Mhm.
little symbols on the outfit, but I just keep seeing a belly dancer as her.
Ooh.
Maybe it's more of her essence than her higher self.
Yeah, kind of like, well, you think belly dancer is like in the flow of things, in
Okay.
tune with frequency and music. So, and if the movie, or was it the musical Cats is playing, there's definitely like a rhythm and a flow to that whole musical, and it's meant to be
Mm-hmm.
very cat-like, very like, do do do. It
Mm-hmm.
isn't like chop chop scene scene. It's got a beautiful flow to it. Um, Interesting. So yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick, hopefully you find that helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Shadowland says we have white-tailed deer that occasionally walk through our neighborhood. Cool. Um, Lilith says, Lilith, I am so sorry. I did not mean to skip you, my friend. I apologize. I feel horrible. Yeah, I forgot. Lilith had done a PayPal donation.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll go ahead and pull a card. What was your question? Um,
Sacred calling.
um, okay, Lilith says, I think I'm supposed to find a sacred calling when it comes to a job/career, but I have so many interests. I'd like to ask for guidance to know what field I should focus on. Okay. And I feel like too that on this beautiful journey that we're on, our 3D job changes from like chapter to chapter
Mm-hmm.
based on like what we have to offer people at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So at this time, let's look at like this timeline, this present moment, what you would be most how you would be most beneficial for the collective. What would be most beneficial? So let's tap in. Let's tune the spiritual radio station. Let's see what we get.
I'm getting girls just wanna have fun on. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, you're gonna have me tap into DMT again.
Okay, focus.
I try to put a rock in front of the door to keep it from flying open. Okay. Okay. Wow. That must be attributed to your many interests, but it's a lot of different songs. I'm like, okay, well, let's pick one prominent song because that's going to help me focus on the reading itself. Wow. Okay. All right. In sync it is.
Oh, okay.
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain.
Same.
With or
Without
without
you.
you. Bound.
Do.
Oh, all right. Baby, I don't understand just why we can't be lovers.
Oh.
Things are getting out of
It
hand.
is getting out of hand, yes.
It is. It is. We're gonna stop before I sing the whole bloody song. Okay. Well, it's like haywire jukebox. I know, right? Okay, so let's pull a card and see what that actually means, like why we're hearing that in sync song. Ooh. White lights.
Ooh.
Okie dokie. Okay, so let's really tap into this one and let's tap into why I'm hearing in sync and why I feel like I should sing the whole song, which I'm not, by the way, just so everybody knows. Okay. Okay, so I would say there isn't a job title for what this is, but if you could find a job that would allow you to do this would be great. So it's helping people to feel whole in themselves again.
Ooh. Mhm.
And you have that ability to do that. So it could be just you leading by example, that you feel good being yourself, that you don't need X number of friends to feel whole, or you don't need a partner to feel whole, or I need, like as DMT was talking about before, I don't need all of these labels to tell me who I am. I'm just confident in me, and I'm just happy being me, whatever me is. But there are a lot of people out there that struggle with feeling that wholeness. So a lot of people try to feel whole in material items, or in another person, or in a substance, that they try to feel this wholeness. So it's helping people to realize that they already are whole, but perhaps there is a program or something that they learn, or they believe that somehow they're not adequate just being themselves, that somehow there's something missing. And whatever it is that you choose to do, like I said, I don't think that there's like a job title called wholeness, counselor. But somehow being able to help others find or remember that they're already whole. Help them find their power again. Because I feel like a lot of people are lost on that front. And they need people like you to help them to do that. And a lot of it is you leading by example as well. And then showing them more than telling them. Let's see. Patrick says she is a belly dancing girl.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
And Lilith said that makes sense. All right. So yeah, and yeah, you being that light worker, light workers don't do things for other people. What a light worker does is to basically help others see the light in themselves. That's what a light worker does. It's like I don't go around healing people for people or doing somebody's journey for them. You go around basically showing them what they have a hard time seeing themselves. So and so whatever capacity you can kind of put that into, it's going to be really helpful for everybody at this time, everybody that you come across in your reality. Patrick says, I am more than happy. Thanks so much. This means a lot to me. Aw, you are very welcome. So Lily, what did you get?
Well, I got something similar again. Uh,
Wow.
so I don't know if you're into spa or making women feel good about themselves, like massage or makeup or something like that. I got the Empress, and then from that, I also got the Hierophant. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I keep seeing just creating something like I don't know, spa keeps coming up. Like it could be a hand spa, foot spa, head spa. It doesn't have to be like a full body spa, but just something to offer them that makes them feel better. It could just be in the moment, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever. But that just keeps coming up for me. Or maybe
Okay.
adding it to like a spiritual practice, like I don't know if you're into Reiki or anything, something extra, like a little oomph or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's coming up for me. Yeah.
Oh, Lilith said, it's great. Thank you. You're very welcome. But yeah, I think, yeah, blending that, like if it were a spa, like finding, helping people to like find the empress within,
Yeah.
which would help to remind us that we have the ability to help ourselves, that,
Mm-hmm.
we're already,
Mm-hmm.
that, everything outside of ourselves is really just a reflection of us. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we need reminders for that. I need reminders from that from time to time. So, I would benefit from somebody like you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we all could. So
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And Lilith said, "Ha, interesting. Yes, very, very interesting. Thank you, Lily."
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome.
and Patrick said 12%. Yes, almost there. And by the way, the fire is going great, Riley. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, uh, and I want to ask Riley if he knows if they gave a name to that UFO or whatever, if they're just calling it the UFO off the coast of Yemen. I don't really know what to call it except that. Oh, I think I hear bats. Anyway,
Oh.
we got a lot of bats. As long as they don't get stuck in my hair, that'd be great. Um, Otherwise, I think they're really cute. Um, so yeah, if you have, oh, okay, so Riley said no name as far as I know. Oh, alrighty. Well, um, okay,
Okay.
well then we'll
I
just
keep seeing
call it
just
the Yemen
creating
UFO.
something
Oh, hey,
like
there's
I
the
don't know,
video, you
spa keeps
guys.
coming up. Like it oh,
Check it out.
I keep seeing just creating something like I don't know, spa keeps coming up. Like it
Mhm.
oh.
Whoa, that was interesting. I was like, whoa, Lily's on repeat. Um, okay, so yeah, so that was the video, you guys. That was the little UFO, or I think they're giving it a different name, but we all know they mean UFO. They try
Mm-hmm.
to be all bougie and modern and cool, but it's a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
I
yeah, you see
yeah.
the missile like go pink and just like pop off. So if you guys have questions about what the heck that was, why it's there, is it even extraterrestrial? Is it
Mm.
our own government? Like what, what? And why did they actually disclose it at this time? Because they haven't really disclosed much of anything else before. They're like, we don't have UFOs to, yeah, we got bodies. What you want to know about it? I was like, what?
I
Um,
I can't wait for just everything to be blown open to it just I can't wait.
yeah. Mine's blown.
And I was, I was
The
like, and I'll
deviant part
hide.
of
I
me
was
is
like,
like,
yeah,
I want it all to be disclosed.
yes. And I'll be hiding on DND. Like, yep, I told you this 5 years ago. Yep, nope, I don't want to talk anymore. Nope, you deal with it. Yep.
When I hear all minds being blown, it's going to sound like popcorn all across the world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
let's see. Shadowlance has been dealing with a toenail fungus for a while. Haven't been able to get a pedicure for a while. Well, then perhaps someone like Lilith would be able to help you to understand what your body is trying to tell you through your toenail, so that you could continue to take care of yourself. Riley says they call them UAPs. Yes, I know that's what the cool kids are calling them these days.
Yeah.
But we know what I mean, UFO. And then Lili says, Riley, you the best. All right. So Gina has her question already. So great. The questions are coming in. Again, put those questions in the chat. You can even put them in all caps. It just helps Riley and Lily to see them better when they're asking those questions. So Riley said, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Right. So what's wrong with unidentified flying objects?
I know. They're trying to make it sound scientific.
I
Like,
keep seeing just
We're
creating
not part of the tinfoil
I don't
hat
know, spa
brigade.
keeps coming up.
right.
Like
Hmm.
I keep seeing just creating something like I
Oh,
don't know,
that's
spa keeps coming up. Like it
My voice keeps coming through. Like, what's
yeah.
happening?
You're like hello, hello. Okay, you guys, I am ready to do this. I feel that whatever energy that is here. So
Do I have to introduce myself again? I was just like, wait for you to just drop in because.
well
Oh, it's a different
we'll make,
video, right? So I
yeah,
have to
we'll
do
make
it
this a
again.
different video. So
Okay.
um
Okay.
Lily's gonna reintroduce herself
Yes.
again because you never know. There could be new
Yeah.
people that have
That's
popped into
true.
the
That
chat.
that
We're at a
is
weird
true.
time now.
That
So
is true.
okay, so I will drop in just to
Okay.
rehash for the people who've just come in. I'll drop in while I'm dropping in. Lily is going to reintroduce herself, reintroduce all her socials and all the beautiful things she does because she's awesome sauce. And then when I'm ready, I'll say, okay, she'll ask either, a mixture of her personal questions and your guys' questions. And she knows your questions because your questions will be in all caps. Or like Gina has a little cue for question in front of her question. So yeah, and then Riley will put them on the screen for Lily to see as well. And then so it'll be about 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we give the UFO. I will not subscribe to UAP. The UFO or whatever it is that comes through will have the last laugh, final say, and then her and I will have a little debrief afterwards, and then we'll say bye, but we're not really going goodbye.
Yes. Don't go anywhere.
It's a fake goodbye, just so that I could know where to cut in the editing process. Let's see. Oh, Costalini says object kind of implies density. All right, I can see that then. Phenomenon and object. You're right.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. We're still on high on my own supply.
Oh, phenomenon again.
Okay, I'm gonna have to tell DMT you got to stay out of this one. We're not channeling you right now.
It doesn't want to go. It's having fun.
Lilith says, I'm wondering if using the term phenomenon makes it ground for it being a figment of imagination. Oh, huh. Interesting.
That makes sense because it is
Okay.
the government. So
Okay, let me center myself because literally my DMT door is open.
okay, close.
So,
Close.
I'm trying. I can't really close it, but it's open a crack, which might make the channeling easier. I don't know, but it seriously needs to calm its tits. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me have a sip of tea, and then I will see everybody on the other side.
What is this?
1,
Okay.
2. Bye.
I keep seeing just creating something.
I keep hearing my voice
Like,
again.
I don't know, a spot keeps coming up. Like it.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Lili. I'm an empath, psychic
I keep
medium,
seeing
and
creating something.
I've known Tara for a couple years
I don't know,
now.
a spot keeps coming
And
up. Like
I
it.
have, if you like to follow me, I have on both TikTok and Instagram, energetic life specialist is my handle. Yeah, so doing another challenge video with Tara, and this is really fun. And let's see if she's ready.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. What is your name?
We are frequency 7.
Do you Okay, so should I call you frequency 7, or is it where you hail from?
It is our group, part of Pleiadian, my sector 7.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. We're talking about the video that came out a couple days ago. Do you want to start off by telling us anything before I take questions from everyone?
Yes. What occurred was an experiment of sorts. Just as you, as in the whole, might have been experiencing a dissolution between your 3D existence and 4D existence, we too are experiencing this. We would operate within the fourth density, moving through your world undetected, as we are of a different vibration. Yet it seems, although the vibration may be different, that we are becoming more and more dense within your plane, just as you are becoming more real in ours. So it was a test to see if you could see us.
Wow. So we're basically both at even field now, you're saying.
Not absolutely even,
Mhm.
but it is quite curious. You see us. We are even becoming tangible, but we see you, and you are becoming more tangible in our world. It was like a dream, the third dimension, that is coming true.
Pretty interesting that you guys are seeing us as we saw you before this huge shift. So Gina's asking whose technology is it? So I'm just guessing it's your technology that we're seeing with ours colliding with you. Or I mean, is it the government? Like who is on our side? Who is it?
Many have heard the term Galactic Federation of Light.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mixture of all technologies coming together at a time of unity. Not all might be unified at the moment, but there is much that came from these times of unification. This technology was one of them. Not so much the craft, but movement, focusing on moving ourselves from one place to another. This is not done the way that you might maneuver or operate a vehicle in your plane of existence, but this is done with our essence. This vessel is a creation of all galactic essence.
Okay. Lili is asking, how did it make you feel when the missile was directed to you?
Again, it was curious. We were aware that there was an object approaching, but as was usual, it would pass right past us or through us, as we are not one with the third dimension. But yet, in this instance, it touched us. And this was a time for review, reevaluation of what is occurring at this time. It was interesting or fascinating, to say the least.
Okay, so is everyone really worried about becoming more 3D, or just
No,
okay?
it is unique. There is so much to learn about our own existence. And it is interesting that we might be able to aid you if you can also aid us in understanding ourselves. We may see you as a more primitive consciousness, but at the same time, not so primitive. You are, you might say, at an in-between state of aware yet not aware. And this is fascinating, as we are also in this state, many calling for ascension, moving into the next realm as it may be. And so there is discord, but there is also unity, all happening at the same time. And it seems that what is occurring with us is also occurring with you. Perhaps it is different, but it is still the same. And so this is curious.
Okay. Lilith is asking, is the difference of density the reason that the missile failed to impact you?
We are still working to understand this.
Mhm.
First, how could your technology lock on to us if we are not even of your density? How could this be possible? How could you touch our essence, our craft, our technology? We are not of your plane of existence, but yet you touched us. And there are many of you that have come to our plane, and we have touched you. And so our visitations on both sides have begun to be more real, it may seem. And so we don't quite understand. If we are from another plane, how is it that our physicality is also becoming somewhat third dimensional when it is not? This is a unique blending. And although we know that this has occurred in what you might say the past, but there is no time. Previous Earth experiments. It is interesting to be a part of it in the now.
Do you think so? One theory, do you think that technology was stolen by us and that's why it was able to hit you? Like our government, I don't know, someone in our plane stole that technology from someone, from beings in your plane, and that's why there was impact.
There is no stolen technology. There is technology given freely. And yes, it is true that your people, your governments, have accessed our realm and the realms of so many others.
like
Mhm.
I
to
don't know,
advance
spot
your
keeps coming
species.
up. Like it.
So there was no stealing, as it were, but rather we had an exchange, the study and understanding of your humanity so that we could study and understand ourselves in exchange for what we knew that you did not yet know. And so you created skyscrapers and vehicles that could maneuver with turbines and the like, structures that you build, the vehicles that you operate. We had a hand in this, yes, but also the reason we are becoming more dense in your reality is because of you. We thank you.
Okay. Riley asks, was anyone injured when the missile touched you?
Negative. We cannot, at least to my understanding, we cannot be harmed in the third dimension. We are not of your dimension.
Mm,
Perhaps it was our craft that was touched, but we were not.
okay. Lilith asks, does the fact we were able to witness you mean we're ascending as a population?
It means the frequency is rising, yes. But for both sides, you see that all is a co-creation. One cannot have effect without the other.
Mm,
And because we are also rising in our consciousness, our understanding, our place in the multi-universe, as it were, the same is happening for you.
okay. Have you had visitations prior where you have remained unseen?
Many times. We've been here since before your earth was in existence. We've been here for 2 earth experiments.
Mm. From Costellini, do we have any of your technology, perhaps something in the iPhone?
Facial recognition,
Ah, okay.
speech recognition.
Hmm. Uh, Lilith says she's wondering if the technology that we use is 4D, is like 4D technology, but because it was made in 3D, it lingers in between, which is why it impacted yet didn't harm.
This could be one layer of reasoning, yes. Although one may have to put it in terms that you might understand. If somebody were to give you the blueprints to build a vehicle, a 4-wheeled vehicle, you could build it. Perhaps you did not create the blueprint, but you would create it using your materials,
Mm,
your knowledge, and your labor. So what is created is something quite unique, but it was used from somebody else's blueprint. So although the technology might be 4th dimensional in nature, it is made with 3-dimensional tools, 3-dimensional minds, 3-dimensional labor. And so it is quite unique. It may be advanced for this dimension, but it would not survive in our dimension.
mm, I see. Lily asks, Sector 7 is how far of a journey to our Earth?
500 light years.
Wow. that would take us how long to reach you if we were to travel to you? And
In the third dimension, this is not possible.
okay. Wow. Okay. Um, is there anything, any information you would like to give us that could help us in any way?
Yes, we are at, both you and I, a unique point in this existence. The more curiosity you put into these occurrences on your plane, the more you can evolve from it, the more you can grow. The more you fear these occurrences, the further from your own ascension you will become.
Okay. Lilith asks, is the reason we can't travel outside of our Milky Way due to the density of the 3D material not being supported outside of our environment?
It is your own unique vessel that prevents you.
Mm-hmm.
The vessels that you have incarnated into at this time do not have the ability yet for what you seek. This is why many have sought to go inwards to their energetic travel. And of course, in energy, there are no bounds, there are no limits. But as for the physical vessel, physically traveling beyond certain light years, it is not sustainable at this time.
Okay. So this video came out a few days ago. Obviously, only a small percentage of the population is actually watching it. Uh, do you have a timeline on when, let's say, most of the world will know that you exist? Like a mass disclosure, for example.
There's almost trickery to the question,
Okay.
as not every being, whether you reside in the third dimension or not, has their own perception of reality.
Mm-hmm.
You could place ourselves, myself, in front of someone who is not yet ready to understand this on their journey, and they would be able to explain it away with their very intelligent ego.
Mm-hmm.
If one is not ready, then they are not ready, no matter what quote unquote evidence you provide them. If you are ready, then you are ready, and that is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are asking at this time, whether in this group that you are in or at the world at large, it would be within the next few years.
Okay. Do you breathe oxygen like humans?
There are no lungs. There are no airways. We just are.
Okay. Shadowland asks, I saw a UFO years ago. Who came to say hi that night?
Arcturian,
Mm.
curious. They recognize their kin. They wanted to see how you are doing in the past.
Mm. Okay. Uh, so will there be sorry, will there be more ships? I guess it depends on whatever the news shows us, but are there any ships above New York City right now that I can see with my naked eye?
There are always ships above you in
Yeah.
all cities and in all places. Ships that outnumber your satellites,
Mm.
but not all can see them. And it is not due to any sort of maliciousness or wanting to hide from you, but merely there is a density issue, and that is all.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here with us. This was awesome. And I hope to see you in the 3D very soon.
177.43, 155.15, vertical 333.1.
Welcome back. How do you feel?
um oh, I don't know, kind of weird.
Yeah.
I feel,
Less high.
yeah, it's not the cool DMT of me
Yeah.
high I had before this. Like,
Yeah, it's more serious.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, that feeling like you've been sitting in a lecture hall for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel like
Very,
weird.
yes.
That's kind of what it feels like. I
Very
hate to
Palladian.
describe their energy that way, just
Yeah.
kind of how it feels. What did you think?
I mean, I saw something different. I thought it was just kind of them sending like a baby ship or a decoy ship or
Mhm.
something, where it's not their best technology. It was just something we could see,
Mhm.
just for the sake of us seeing it. But I forgot to ask them that question, but we didn't touch on that. But it was very
Mhm.
interesting.
It felt like, for me, that they they were genuinely like curious. Like, they were also very curious, like, why, like
Why can't you see us?
how'd
Yeah,
you see me though?
yeah.
Like, they're so used to not being seen. It's like,
The
I
light
don't know,
came
it's
on.
like if our, yeah, it's like if our dreams started
Right,
walking around in our reality and we were like,
right.
and we see it, and then the dream is like, whoa, normally you only see me when you're dreaming, like, what the heck? Like, this is
Right. But
weird.
like, I mean, we know this new Earth is totally new, so I guess nobody really knows what's gonna happen. So maybe that's why.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they didn't seem like, it seemed like they love to observe, um
mhm,
because what we have going on, I guess, is unique, and
mhm,
it's a lot different than what's going on in the fourth dimension. But yeah, I don't know, they're curious. I don't think they like want to take anything from us, but they're willing to basically do a bartering system. It's like,
mm,
well, if you would like to provide us with some information, we don't mind giving you information. Like, they're very like bartering information based.
yeah,
And anything that is different is like really cool to them. It's like,
mm,
ooh, like, that was new. That's
yeah,
different. I like
yeah,
that. Like, okay, well, how did that happen? Why did that happen? They're very scientific minded, you know? Um,
yeah.
yeah. Um, I don't know. It was just a very, I don't want to say stiff energy, just like,
Very math teacher ish energy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, seem like nice folk. At
yeah,
least the group that we talked to, those 7 beings that were the group 7, sector 7, whatever they were, but it was like,
yeah,
just very, very, very dry.
yeah.
You know, cool though, nice people.
But
um
they gave like coordinates or something, just numbers towards the end.
I felt that too, and it was almost like a,
Map.
like a log off, like, okay, I hate to reference Star Trek The Next Generation again,
Oh
but
Lord.
like how there is like a captain's log, it almost was
Oh,
like them signing off, like, sign off.
like when you do a
um
journal and you kind of like log whatever this journal. Okay,
yeah,
that
like,
makes
this is
sense.
journal number, transmission number, whatever,
Ah,
basically to
okay.
show like we've made contact with
This
the
on this
species known
date.
as humans. The
Yeah.
3D folks. Yeah, it was like just their log or whatever. That was interesting.
I'm just like, because they said it'll take a few years for most of the world to see, but I'm thinking it may be less only because they weren't expecting to be seen now.
That's true. So I guess that would just be based off their best guess.
Right. But
Yeah, just like we have our best guess.
yeah.
But everything is, there's so much free will at play, with
Mhm.
every being, everything, that we can't say like something is for sure because
Right.
free
Exactly.
will could change that. So in their
Mhm.
best calculated guess, it's like maybe a few years from now, but I have that
Could be
feeling too.
tomorrow. It
Well,
could be
sooner.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it
Next
could be
week.
tomorrow. Tomorrow I
Literally
look
two
up and
days
I'm like,
ago.
oh, well, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
different. There's 15 ships above the house.
Yes.
Um, um, oh, what I do remember seeing is like Riley and I love to watch the satellites and the stars at night. We come out, and it looked like seeing the planet and like I don't know, it's like 11,000 something satellites we have surrounding
Mhm.
planet Earth. But it was like seeing all those satellites and then seeing what was mixed in with them was like a lot. So almost looked like I don't want to say we have a bunch of junk surrounding the earth, but it was like a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. There's like
Yeah.
a lot, and just like a lot that we can't see
Mm.
with our 3D eyes yet. Interesting. So I want to thank Lili for being our guest interviewer during this channeling. I truly appreciate her.
This was fun. As always.
And if you would like to be in Lily's spot, all you would have to do is email me, tara@kittenswaithandtarot.com, or find me on the Instagrams @kittenswaithandtarot and say, hey, I want to be a guest interviewer because your questions are valid. We all have different points of view, different backgrounds, different beliefs. And so that's what makes these channelings unique, is because the energy that comes through is usually based on the energy of the person that is interviewing. And so that means that every energy that comes through is unique and different,
Mhm.
and they're going to have different points of view. And also, what's wonderful is all these beings that come, they don't all see things the same way. Fifth dimensional being might see what we got going on here at Earth different than a 13th dimensional being, which might be different than a spirit from this third dimension, or so it's fascinating to and an honor to be able to connect to all of these energies, but also to have you guys and your unique perspectives coming forward with these questions. So Lili had some wonderful questions. I know everybody in our this was done during a live chat. Everybody there had some wonderful questions. And so again, just I would say volunteer, because there are other people that have questions just like you somewhere in the world. And hopefully these videos reach lots of people. So thank you. And we will catch you in the next channeling. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye. And we're back. That was a fast goodbye. Okay. Let me go back here. Oh, Costalina was wondering if they gave us coordinates for where they are. It could have been a mixture of where they are, but also a sign off. I'm not
They
sure.
said 500 light years, I think, from us, and we couldn't reach
Mhm.
them.
Yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
I would live 500 light years.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's really cool. Riley said, I was going to say not so high anymore. No, they,
No.
they, they totally buzzkill. I mean, not a
Yeah.
buzzkill.
Because we
They
were
were cool,
technically in school, so
but they
Yeah.
made me become more serious again.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
So
that,
it's okay.
ooh, I
It's
mean, no, I
okay.
mean, but
It's fine. It
thank
was fine.
you.
It was fine.
Thank you, Pleiadians. Thank you. You guys were rad. I appreciate you guys, just not as high as DMT. That's okay. um, Gina said, good night, all. Thanks for the high vibes and hilarity. You are very welcome, my friend. Hope you have a great evening or morning, wherever it is you are. Lilith says, I'm thinking our technological evolution made us more attuned to witness 4D technology. to be very true. And she says that trading 4D technology blueprints, even when made in 3D density, made us ascend. Could have been all part of the plan, though,
Yeah.
whatever that plan may have been. So that's interesting. A lot of mind blowing concepts,
Mm-hmm.
which are fun. I love I love to blow my own mind. Lila says, thank you, Lily. O'Reilly says they harshed your mellow. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
He totally harshed
Yeah.
my mellow.
Aw.
Jay says, good night. Good night. I hope you have a wonderful evening, day. Well, I don't know if anybody else had any more super chats or super stickers, but I'll put that out there. And if not, then let's wrap up this beautiful evening and this beautiful live chat that we've had. And thank you guys, by the way, for joining me for the Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time, nighttime live chat with our little bonfire out in the forest here. I know you guys can't really see the forest, but there's a forest back there. I would like to do these every so often, as we get more into the cooler months. I think that would be pretty
Yeah.
awesome. It's hard to do like a bonfire when it's like a warm night because I don't want to get that hot next to a bonfire. But yeah, I think this has been fun. And I think everybody who has joined us and had those questions and hey, Lili has a super chat. Yay!
Oh.
So let me know your question. Actually, let me find a deck to use.
I gotta get more decks.
Let's use the
That's-
herbal tea magic for the modern witch.
Ooh.
Yes. And then we could pull cards from here. Yeah, this is fun. So yeah, we'll if anybody wants to do any super chat, super stickers before we sign off with our guided meditation, we'll do that. So Lili will be our first person. Lila says, it's sunrise here and a wonderful way to start the day. Yay! I
Aw.
hope you have a wonderful Monday, my friend. Over here, it is 10:32. I was like, wait, 22:32? Yeah, it's 10:32. All right, Lili said a general read. Okay. All right. I love tapping into the spiritual jukebox. So let's dive in. Oh, and then we have another one from Shadowlands. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, Lili. Wow, really? Is that the song you're gonna play? Okay. It's One Night in Bangkok is
Yeah.
playing. I love that song though. What can I say? But that's cool. I don't know how that's connected to your message, but we'll pull a card and find out. Oh hey, Costalini, yay! We'll also pull a card for you too, my friend. All right, One Night in Bangkok. Okay. One Night in Bangkok. Okay, let's pull a card. Now, why the heck is that song playing? Okay, we have cloves, protection, prosperity, and courage.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. So, your higher self was coming through and saying, just like in the song, even though it's kind of funny, that there is some sort of deception, going on. If you really like listen to the lyrics of the song, like that there's things that people don't normally see going on in dark places, and sometimes you can be fooled and things like that. And if you feel like there is a bit of deception going on in when you're trying to access your own guidance and maybe when you're even pulling cards for yourself. It's not always an outside energy trying to deceive you. Sometimes it's our own ego. And so, in understanding that, also understand that the ego isn't the enemy. There's a reason it tries to deceive. And so if you can get to the core of that reason, like let's say you are pulling a card for yourself, or you're trying to use your own intuition, trying to figure out like, what is my next step moving forward? And the soul is trying to give you an answer, but since, us being human, our ego sometimes is a little bit louder. And so the ego pops in and says, oh, yeah, your next step moving forward is to just stay put. Just stay where you are right now. It's not trying to hurt you or harm you in any way, but its program is it's programmed to protect you always. And the only way it knows how to do that is to run off of the past. And so it might say, well, if Lili does X, Y, or Z that she's never done before, I don't have any programming for that. So I'm going to tell her to stay put. And so it's deceiving you with the best intentions. But if you can find out why it's doing that and get to the core of that, then you unlock that deception. It feels like it's been heard. It gets quiet. The soul gets louder. And now we have clarity moving forward. So as you go in and you're moving along in this path today, tomorrow, if you're feeling like it's hard, like sometimes I'm like, I'm trying to access, my intuition, how I feel, but it feels like it's muddled. I feel like, it's almost like, it's not always, there's some dark force, or energy trying to block you, but sometimes it's you're blocking yourself. But if you're blocking yourself, you can also unblock yourself. So know that you have the power to figure out why you might be doing that to yourself. And then once there's understanding, then we unlock it. And again, you have flow once again. Flow with your intuition, flow with your clarity. So I hope that makes sense. Lili, what'd you get?
I got the same message. I
Oh.
mean, should I even pull? Okay, so
Go ahead.
I pulled the Three of Hearts reversed, which tells me there was some heartbreak, some disappointment that you went through recently that's kind of not really kept you stagnant, but just that you were just like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. That kind of energy.
Mhm.
The King of Wands came up, so you will grow from this. This will teach you, maybe go back, journal, maybe what you went through, glean some when you write everything down, it helps to clarify everything for you. And then, like Tara was saying, it will flow as you got the Ace of Cups. It will start flowing afterwards. Once you go inward and figure out you're not really stagnant, it's just, it's just a step back and you will be moving forward pretty soon.
Yeah, I just love synchronicity in the reading. Like, this is freaking awesome. Okay, let's see. Shadowlands also has a question, and she said, instead you a drawing of a UFO I saw. So you created a drawing of a UFO that you saw years ago?
Maybe they sent you
And
one. They
and she said,
emailed you.
oh, okay. I emailed you a drawing I saw years ago, and it says, I just got a flash of mango skin, orange.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay, so let's tap into that. Let's tap into that that UFO that you took or you did a drawing of, and see what kind of message we can gather from that. So let me tap in and see if we get any music. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess that's apropos, but it's the X-Files music. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Of course.
I can't even whistle right now. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's the X-Files music playing. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So on Instagram. Okay, so yeah, Shadowlands had shared it on Instagram. Okay. Whether Okay, message. Okay, so we have black tea, grounding, strength, expelling negativity. Negativity. Okay, I'll be here all night. More where that came from. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. So tapping in. Actually, did you ask a question during the channeling? Because this feels very familiar, Shadowlands. It's almost like you seeing you. It's like you're in the ship looking at you, but it's like almost like the younger version, kid version, ancestor version of yourself, like you seeing yourself in that way. So it's almost like a moment in time, if time existed, that the past and the present, or the past and the future, or whatever, collided. So there's like what you see as the present, which is right now, but the version of you that was looking at you was your future self, and then it was seeing you in their perspective as you being the past. So it was like past, present, and future, all based on perspective, all happening at once. And it's the same kind of concept where we might go in and do our own like shadow work, and we go into the past and like, look into a memory of like when I was 5 years old, or when I was in utero, or something like that. And how we might say that we're doing it energetically or astrally. It's the same concept there, except you were actually able to see it, and they wanted you yourself, because it was you, wanted you to see that, to show you that when you are doing your healing and you're like, let's say, going back in a memory, that sometimes you in the past is seeing you in the future. So like Shadowlands of the present is, let's say, going back and visiting yourself when you're 5 years old, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of just doing this because I'm doing my shadow work. It says, but you know that sometimes the energies collide in that way, and the real you, who at 5 years old is seeing Shadowlands of 2025 staring right back at her, and you might be a stranger to her because she doesn't recognize her. And so the same happened with this like UFO version, but it's you of the future looking at you of the past, even though according to you it's the present. So that, I don't know how to explain that, but I tried my best, and you just blew my own mind. So I hope that helps. And Shadowland said, yep, asked which group of aliens dropped by. Okay, yeah, so you did ask a question during the channeling. Whoa. Lili, what'd you get on that one? Because that just like tripped me out.
I just keep getting a cousin of the Arcturians. I keep getting Arcturians, but like this, they said it was like orange. It's like but they're like 3 dimensions towards the left, but they trade with each other all the time. It's Arcturians, but like I don't want to say a lower density cousin.
Just like a next level, a level
Like
that we
the
not
level, like 3 levels to the left.
of
But
where
they're
we are now.
Arcturians.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still in the present, but they're just a lower level Arcturian. So I can't grab their name. It's the same vibration, but it's like they have something different mixed into their what they're made
Whoa.
up of.
This is awesome. I need to think on this.
Yeah, I don't
like
know. It's
Shadowlands, you've
because
given me a lot to think about. You guys have all given me a lot to think about. I'm just like, my mind is blown.
I might be picking up on their
Blown, okay.
family, maybe. I don't know.
Whoa. Costolini says, in the channel, the Pleiadians said it was the Arcturians, but from his future, did they not?
I can't remember now.
Oh yeah, well,
Was it?
I think they may have said Arcturians. So you're saying like Arcturians kind of like 3 levels to the left.
But like 3 levels to the, not necessarily like lower level, but just a different density of
Just the,
Arcturian, like baby Arcturians. I don't know. That's the way I can describe it.
and
But
then,
they're orange instead of blue.
and it also seems like that's a part of Shadowlands too. Like one aspect of, like one timeline, one aspect of her soul
Mm-hmm.
became that in the future. And so it's like her future self looking back at her past self. But according to her, this is the present. So
Mm-hmm.
that's trippy. That's,
But they're all like existing at once, which is weird.
yeah,
But it's
but
just
it's
a
all at the
different.
same time.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is why super chats and super stickers are like great, because I think we're all learning something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Costalini had a question. I said, hypothetically, if I was going to buy purple clover, what day would I probably do that?
It feels like a
Oh,
Thursday.
you're thinking Thursday.
It feels like a Thursday color. I don't know why.
Oh, and then Lili was talking to Shadowlands and said that
Oh.
she had also seen a UFO over Brooklyn around 1990. Whoa.
Mm.
And Costalini is talking about all those synchronicities. I guess they're just blowing his brain too. Well, cool. We're all mind blown. Okay. So let's. Oh, that's just the horses. The horses are going off over there. The stable.
Yeah.
Okay. Purple clover. Crimson and clover. Over and over. Actually, no, that is the song that's playing. Okay, that's cool. So do we have anything else? Okay. Let's pull a card. I mean, I have a date, but let's see. Eucalyptus, reconciliation, alleviation, purity. So Lily was kind of feeling like a Thursday. I do
Mm-hmm.
feel more going into the weekend, so it could happen anywhere between Thursday and Saturday. But I am kind of feeling it's when you feel like you can kick your feet up. So whenever that is for you, it could be a Thursday. For some people, the work week literally ends on
Ends
Thursday
on
for them.
Thursday.
And for some people it's a Friday, for some people it's a Saturday. But that's what I'm kind of getting is like the vibes of like the end of your quote unquote work week, where you feel like, decompress, have a freaking Pacifico, kick your feet up, and
Pacifico.
Pacifico, yes. A Modelo. I don't know. I got Modelo in the fridge. Anyway.
Ooh.
And yeah, when you're just like feeling pretty relaxed and kind of like, well, maybe I'll go over here, or maybe I'll go visit. And then it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just go buy some purple clover. It just happens to be there. It just happens to be sold. But it's when you're not stressed out. It's like end of the week kind of feeling. Your personal work week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, crimson and clover over and over. Actually, that is the song that was playing in my brain. It's like kind of literal, but that's cool. So yeah, and I don't think it's like going to be prominent on your brain until you actually see it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I might as well buy it now. Like it's there. So
The horses
Costalini,
have a
thank
message.
you. Oh yeah, and the horses again.
Yeah.
What did you have?
For him, I still got Thursday. I don't know why. I don't know
Okay.
if it's like Thursday this week, but it just feels like very. Maybe because Thursday is like I'm usually off on Thursdays, but like you were saying, when you're off, maybe that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just feels that you don't have anything going on.
Okay. So, and he's saying, well, just wait for the synchronicity then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, I think it's the feeling, and if I remember correctly, wow, man, stabbing pain. Now it's here. If I remember correctly, I feel like I'm one of those like people like I am doing my psychic thing now.
Yeah.
Like, why did you even touch their head in the movies? Anyway, no, seriously, I have stabbing pain right there. I'm not trying to do a psychic thing.
No
But
downloads. So like
yeah.
being forced in there.
Yeah, but it's like your readings have been about going in flow and trying not to force things to happen.
Like it'll come on
Um,
your path where you're not thinking about it, kind of vibe.
yeah. So if like the whole time you're like, it's gonna be on the weekend, it's gonna happen, and you say you're looking like in every store, around every corner, then yeah, you're probably not gonna see it. But it's the moment you forget that you were looking for it that you see it.
Mhm. That's how it always happens.
And Costalini says, I'm on Delta both Thursdays, which is purple. Kind of
Oh,
synchronous.
you're
Ah,
on Delta
okay.
on Thursdays. What do you mean Delta on Thursdays?
Yeah, is it like Delta Airlines? Or that's interesting.
Huh.
Okay, and then yeah, so hopefully you find that helpful.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, it's gonna play. Okay.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
Huh.
flying Delta
Okay.
Airlines.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. Oh, well, there you go.
There
So
you go.
yeah, so for me, I just see Saturdays because it's like for me that means end of the work week. But yeah, it just meant like relief, like kick your feet up. So yeah. Um,
I'm
and
literally up. This is
Costa
gonna be
said,
in the
"Thank you,
air.
thank
So
you."
yeah.
And then lastly, before we end with a beautiful meditation, we have Lili. And she said, any advice on understanding the different energies I feel, trying to get better with reading energy? I've managed to separate myself from other
Mm,
people's energy, maybe on how to differentiate what or who I am feeling. Okay. So advice on just understanding the different energies. So you've gotten good at like, that's Tara's energy or that's Lily's energy.
mhm.
But just how to get even more clear on differentiating your energy from everything else. Okay, I get ya. I get ya. So let's tap in. It got colder all of a sudden. Like,
Mm.
House of the Rising Sun is playing. Cool. do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. That's an awesome song. Okay, so what does that have to do with Lili and differentiating energy? So House of the Rising Sun. Interesting. Okay, we have lemongrass, growth, psychic ability, expanding horizons. I mean, wow. There's the card. Very cool. Okay, so let's tap into it. Okay, so what your higher self was showing me, and kind of, I guess it was more for the title of the song, House of the Rising Sun, just more like consciousness rising is what it was trying to say. But instead of looking at it as, let's take Lily and I, for example, we're in this like live chat together, and you probably feel my energy, you probably feel Lily's energy, and of course probably the other energies in the chat. But instead of focusing on differentiating, like that must be Lily, that must be Tara, because they're different than me. It feels more this and more that. If you could lean into what feels more familiar instead of different, like, wow, when I lean into Lily's energy, this feels familiar in, this way or X, Y, or Z. Then it actually will become easier for you to understand your energy as opposed to other people, when you understand the similarities as opposed to the differences. And part of what this is also part of what the collective is trying to learn at this time is that it seems that right now everybody's trying to point out the differences. Well, I got long hair and you have short hair. I have blue hair, you have purple hair, or I'm 6 foot and you're 5'2", you know, so we're different. But it'll be really hard to find common ground and to grow if we keep focusing on what makes us different. But we're, you know, many of us are trying to figure out what makes us similar, as opposed to different. Not to say that we should all be the same, but to find aspects of you in those energies. So let's say if, I guess we were talking about Arcturians earlier. Let's say if the Arcturians came by and you're saying, well, they feel more separate from me because they feel this way, and I know that's not me. It'll be hard to learn from them if you're always trying to separate yourself from them. But if instead you're like, you know what, I feel, you know, this feels very familiar in how they make me feel in my heart space, or the way they think in this way. Like, that's very familiar. I understand that that's a different energy, but I also understand that we're very familiar. We have common ground, although we might be different frequencies, or we might be different beings with different vessels at this time. So, yes, we have differences. That's a given. Energy is different. But if you truly want to understand all those different energies, find what's similar. What do you have in common with that energy? Because there's a reason you feel that energy. There's a reason you might feel me, or you might feel Lili, or you might feel your coworker that you're less than keen about, you know, or like you feel the family dog, or, you know, it's because there's something that's in common. And if you can find what's in common, then the learning takes place, and then it's easier to differentiate. But so it's like a vice versa thing. Instead of focusing on the differences, focus on the similarities. Then it makes it easier to work with these energies. I hope that makes sense. Lili's like, wow, can't make this stuff up. So Lili, what did you get?
Well, to branch off of what you were saying, sometimes, uh, sometimes, let's say one way that helps me differentiate, let's say I'm having a really good, happy-go-lucky day, and then all of a sudden I just feel like, I don't know, nauseous, depressed, just all of a sudden. And then
Mm,
usually I just sit with it. I'm like, well, whose energy is this? And usually whatever pops up to my head the first time is usually what
mm,
I stick with. And
mm,
I was like, should I even tell her this? But then the peace pipe came up. Because in the beginning I was like, I said, when you're feeling peaceful and you're still and you're quiet and something comes up. And I don't mean like in meditation. Someone's smoking, which is weird. I don't mean like in meditation, because usually feelings come up in meditation. I mean like when you're walking down the street and you're like shopping or something and you feel something off. That could be
mm,
one way of knowing it's not your energy.
mm.
That's just what works for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Or it
So
could just be news coming in that's meant for you that just feels anxious in the beginning, but then it's really not anxious. It's just news.
mm. Yeah. So that's another technique that you can
Hmm.
utilize. So, and Lili is saying that makes sense.
And there's no
Um,
rules. So whatever works for you,
yeah,
honestly.
definitely. Like
Yeah.
we all work with energy different. I mean, we're all energetic beings,
Yeah.
and that's the cool thing about being here on Earth, is that we're not the same, but yet we are.
Hmm.
We are and we aren't. You know, we're similar, but and if everybody was the same, then like what would be the purpose of even having this human journey? You know, it wouldn't be a
Hmm.
journey at all. It would just be like some pre-planned, preordained thing that,
Hmm.
there's no learning in that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So how, and remember that everything that you learn goes back to the collective. And
Hmm.
so somebody else somewhere, some dimension can now access that because you unlocked that. So,
Hmm.
yeah, hopefully that helps. Um, wow, what a fun live chat. And
Yeah.
it's been
This
kind
was
of a long live
intense.
chat, but you know what?
Yeah.
We did some fun stuff.
It was, yes, it was. It was fun.
Um,
Yes.
well, we've come to the part of our chat where we're going to do a channeled guided meditation. I'm going to turn the camera actually towards my fire So, because that's way more fun to look at than me. So, but I want to ask, Lily, do you want to lead
It
the
is 2
meditation or?
a.m. in New York City.
Okay, all right.
I'm
So,
like, I'm like, I will listen this time.
okay, all right. So we'll let Lily go to bed.
I mean, I'll still be on, but it's just like I may just be gibberish talking or whatever. So yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Lily said, yeah, like I will be shopping and walk out limping
Mhm.
like I'm someone who has a bad leg. And then around the aisle, someone has a cane and they're limping. Okay, so
Oh,
you're picking up on their like physical
like you really
energy.
feel the physical. Okay.
I mean, I get that too. I mean, especially with Riley, I'm just like, I think we like, I don't know, not. I think we feel each other at times where it's like he's getting. We always say we have each other's like sympathy pains or something.
Yeah, like it happens when you're close with someone too. It's like you can feel what they're
Yeah.
feeling.
Hmm.
And mhm.
All right. Well, based on all of the things that we went through in this live chat, because there was a lot. We had 2 big channelings. We had a card pull. We learned a lot from people's super chats and super stickers, which, by the way, I am grateful and honored to have been able to pull some cards. And thank you to
That was
Lily
really
for
fun. That was
helping
really
on
fun.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And thank you for helping with the channelings as well. Like,
Oh, no
I know it's
problem.
really late in New York, so thank
No
you.
problem.
She's like, it's okay. I don't sleep anyway. Um, and Lily said, great live, Tara and Lily. Thank you.
Aw, thank you.
All right. So,
So I guess I'll leave.
okay.
And
Yeah. And I'll just point my camera at the fire and, I'll just let my higher self take over because I have no idea what to do for the meditation and I never know what to do. So
ooh,
that's
ask the
why it's channel.
horses. Ask the horses.
That is a good idea because
Yeah.
they've been making a commotion over
Yeah.
there during this whole chat. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay. The horses will be leading our meditation.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lily.
You're welcome. I'll see you
A good
later.
night.
Good night. I mean, I'm
Yes.
gonna listen, but it's just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Just
like
like I'm just
passing out.
resting my eyes.
It's just like oof. I will pass out during the medication, so that might happen. So that's probably a good thing that I'm leaving. So yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Oh, and then Lilith thanks us both for today.
Aw, thank
Or this
you.
evening. So thank you. Thank you. Okie dokie, you guys. I'm gonna pan the camera around now. Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, I like that it's just down to embers. That looks awesome. Okay. So go ahead and, oh, you know what? I'm going to put my microphone back on because I just turned my camera. So give me just a second. Replug myself back in. You guys can still hear me. Okay. So go ahead and find yourselves a nice, comfortable space, a place you will be undisturbed for the next several minutes. You could be laying in your bed, sitting in a chair, perhaps seated on the floor, or laying outside underneath your favorite tree under the stars. And as you settle yourself in, we're going to bring our awareness to our breath, feeling the rise and fall of our chest. In and out. Feeling its depth, its speed, but without judgment, just noticing. And imagine a soft brush. And every time you exhale, feeling that brush against your scalp, it feels good and calming, relaxing, just moving down from the head to the temples with every exhale. And every inhale aiding you, sinking deeper and deeper into the spot that you have chosen. We exhale again, feeling that calming, soft brush along our jawline, along our neck, along our shoulders, feeling them fall away from the ears, falling and feeling the brush down our chest and our arms. It tingles and it feels good and relaxing. The soft rhythmic movements. Continue breathing, breathing in, feeling into the space that you're in, breathing out, relaxation, feeling the wrists go limp. Moving that brush down the torso and the hips. It feels so good. Those hips that maybe ache but feel release, peace. Feeling it down our thighs, our calves, down our ankles, our tippy toes. Continue breathing. And as we find ourselves in this peaceful, gentle relaxation, feeling the tingles of that brush all over our body, I want you to imagine a horse standing before you. Now you could imagine this as an image, could come to you as a feeling, a sound, but you are aware that there is a horse before you. Maybe you can even take in the image of its height, its color, how long its mane is, its eyes, all the way down to its nose. If there are any markings on this horse, perhaps spots or splotches of color. And when you feel or see into this horse, when you sense this horse, you know that you are safe and you are grounded and everything is as it should be in this present moment. So I want you now to approach this horse, perhaps placing your hands on its jaw and placing your forehead onto its forehead and feeling an absolute connection, safe and powerful reciprocity between the two of you. And as you lend your energy to this being and this being lends its energy to you, I want you to allow whatever images, sensations that may come up for you to allow you to be privy to them. As these sensations and these images are to aid you in giving you clarity in how to proceed forward today, tomorrow, this week, this year, without judgment. There is time for analyzation later. For now, we are in this peaceful, bonded moment between our horse and us. Allow the images and sensations to come through now. When you are ready, thank your horse for coming through today and offering you this guidance. And remember that this horse is also an aspect of you, showing gratitude not only for yourself, but also for the horse. And know that you can come back to this place, this space, with this beautiful being anytime. And when you awake from this meditation, you will remember all that was shown to you through sensation or visual. And you will have a chance to write it down, to sing it out, or to draw it out. It's up to you. But when you are ready, bring your awareness back into your body, feeling into your fingers and toes, and having yourself a little stretch. All right. Whew. I hope you guys enjoyed that meditation. Thank you guys again for joining me during this live chat. I know it was a lengthy one, but it was fun doing a nighttime chat. I just heard the bugle of an elk out there, so that's cool. The elk are out and about. But thank you for everybody who contributed with questions for that channeling. Our friend Lili that came in to help be a guest interviewer, and also helping with the super chats and super stickers. And thank you to everybody who did super chats and super stickers, and everybody who joined us. Thank you to, again, all my patrons, all my YouTube members, and all of my subscribers, which, by the way, we have over 11,000 subscribers now. Like, we made it over the 11,000 mark. So that means that I will be preparing a giveaway soon. So stay tuned for that, because I mean, one of my favorite things in the world is to like do gifts. So I love when we hit a new mile marker, because I'm like, yay, we get to do a giveaway. So yeah, we'll be doing a giveaway. I'm going to figure out what would be fun to do, what I could give away. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. Thank you. I can't believe, like, wow, all those people are supporting this channel. So it's I'm grateful. Thank you. It feels really good. Thank you so much. Lilith says, it was great, Tara. I'm glad I woke up early to witness it. Well, thank you for joining us. And she said, thank you so much, Lily and Riley. Jay said, good night, Tara, again. Oh, that's Jason. Oh my gosh, Dolly. Well, good night. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was you. Oh my gosh, you guys. My friend Dolison, he's been my buddy since we were on the track team back in college. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you got to join us. Well, you're a night owl too. Well, hello. Lili said, congratulations. Thank you. All right, you guys. So I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.